Hey Bears! I am the Gaming Grizzly and we are here with Persuadable, and I want to welcome every one of you back to the Northern American European Server Summer Tournament. We are already on day 4. We're gonna start with an absolutely amazing day today into this weekend. We have CVC going against Potatoes. That will be our first match. And then we also gonna witness Vortex versus Riot. I'm absolutely excited for that. We're gonna have more quarterfinals tomorrow and semifinals as well as finals on Sunday. And I am excited. I don't know what you guys think about this. I really want to see all these top teams compete against each other. Persuadable, your thoughts on this weekend?
Hey guys, my name is Baby Persuadable because I don't have a beard now. And Gaming Grizzly, I'm very, very, very excited about the match. I'm not going to do that the whole time, I promise you. I'm very excited. We were like, we're going to be professional.
I was okay. Should I make a joke? Should I make it? No, I'm going to be professional right here. I'm not joking about it. I'm not mentioning it at all. But all right, okay.
You gonna say I'm not professional? Huh? Live feed?
No, you are, but you're just like...
It's fine. It's all right. Honeymoon phase of our friendship is already over. All that smack talk last week, don't think that I forgot about that, boo-boo. I'm very excited, though, Grizzly, for the matchup. Very much so.
Cool.
You were expecting me to go on a long rant, right? I'm learning how to dial back. I talk too much. I was excited for you. You went on a long tirade right there, but I was excited for you. I'm like, keep going, go. It's like my beard left and then joined you a little bit, and some of the characteristics of me went to you, and I was like, wow, this is what it feels like to listen to me talk. And I was excited. You did a good job, dude. You did a great job.
No, like. You're always giving me credit for doing a good job, but let's be honest, I wouldn't be as good as if it wasn't for you. Like, come on, we are a great team. We are a great team, and I want to say thank you to everyone who is joining us, because without you guys, we wouldn't be even sitting here. We wouldn't even be sitting here because all of the communities, like your community, my community, we get so much positive feedback, and therefore we are able to cast this tournament. I'm excited. I just heard
too.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna be. I'm waiting for that. Yeah, I got the notification too. I was like, okay, it's happening. There we go.
Yep. And here we go. We see that today. Well, not today necessarily, but actually, yeah, today. I bet we talk about that. We got CVC versus the Potatoes. CVC did very well in the other tournament before this one, and Potatoes very, very well known. They have John Zhao, they have Moo, they have All for One. They have Boo Race Car. I mean, we can go on and on about all the members of these, but we also have Vortex and Riot. I think this is going to be a very interesting team because between this matchup, Riot is very well-known, iAlien, one of the best hunters out there in the entire server. Vortex, relatively new as a clan with very, very old, experienced players willing to try to come out here and put everything on the line and make a name for themselves. So I'm very excited for the matchup tonight. These are some of the best teams in NAEU, and I'm confident that we're going to see some excellent gameplay from all competitors, Grizzly.
That is very right, and the team that is winning, either CVC or Potatoes, will go against the team before you or Goldsmith, depending on which team will win tomorrow. And today we're also going to see Vortex versus Riot, and the same thing right here. The winning team will go against the winning team of tomorrow's fight between LBM and Complex. We are already at the quarterfinals. It felt like the first 3 days, they were like a little bit of a warm-up for this entire tournament, but now it feels like we are really getting to the finals right here. I can already feel these teams. They will not give each other anything. Here we can see today's matches again. CVC versus Potatoes will be our first match. We will have the best of 3, which means if we have a bunch of ties, we could also go into round 4. But it's probably going to be a best of 3 as well on the matches of Vortex versus Riot.
Right. And something that should be reminded to everybody, CVC did very great in the tournament that I hosted, and as well as you, Grizzly, not too long ago. I believe the Hunter is different, though. I don't believe that CVC's Hunter that played with us a month ago, that was a top 4 finalist. I think that they actually changed Hunter, so there is a different Hunter. I'm pretty sure he's well known for, or she well known for their Mad Eyes, but I'm going on the top of my head right there. So Potatoes, though, we know the destruction that Potatoes can. Here's the problem with Potatoes. I'm going to tell you what the problem going against them is. What do? Do you ban blue race cars Cowboy? Well, then that opens up them to having the ability to use Cowboy. It opens up their ability to use Mercenary and other survivors who are typically banned. And what we're seeing is that there are a lot of teams who don't want to deal with blue race cars Cowboy, and they start banning him after first or second round. So interesting strategy from the opponents that we expect to see. And one last thing, because I am going to rant here for a second. CVC, last tournament, also well known for their Cowboy use, really put Sprinter up for a run for his money when he was playing Bloody Queen on Sacred Heart. So we may possibly see 2 Cowboy-oriented teams today between this matchup, but we'll have to see.
That sounds super interesting. And you already mentioned it, we might have Mad Eyes on the field today. That is something that I'm really looking forward to see. Because as you already know, I am really looking forward to see a lot of matches in which we can expect hunters that are not the meta picks, we already talked about this, Bloody Queen, Dream Witch over and over again. So seeing a Mad Eyes would be something I would absolutely love to experience, especially from these high-tier players that can show us something that we might learn. Because as far as I recall, Mad Eyes was never considered one of the best hunters. And I think that's it always depends on the players. And just seeing these top players utilizing the hunters that are considered more weak, I would say, compared to the top hunters like Bloody Queen, makes me that's really getting me going. I'm absolutely looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to see these matches. And in general, as you mentioned, Cowboy-sided teams. I have to say, I'm growing a deep respect for Cowboy players lately, even on the games that
So you didn't have respect for Cowboy players?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Wow.
But
wow, judgmental. Learning more and more about you every day.
I didn't mean it like that. I didn't. No, but seriously, I was playing with a lot of Cowboy players lately, and the way they rescue, the way they give the team time with the lasso, the way they just put the hunter in such a difficult situation, because do you pick up the survivor? Do you risk that the lasso will get the survivor off the balloons, or do you go for the Cowboy and risk that the survivor can get up in time? It's Cowboy is really, really, dude, he's in my heart. Not me as a player. I don't want to play Cowboy. I'm way too bad for that. But as soon as I have a good Cowboy player in my team, dude, I am ready for that. I am ready to see the hunter rage. I have a question for you. What character, what survivor do you think is underrated, and which character do you think should get more attention?
Bonbon. I know everyone thinks that he's good, but he's S tier.
He is a great survivor, yes. I asked for survivors, my guy. Did I think, or did I ask for characters?
I don't know. Now one of us is going to be wrong, and that will be on Instagram. So we'll find out. Somebody going to clip that. An underrated survivor. I think that in a weird way, Gravekeeper is still underrated. I think that he should be on within round 1 and 2 of all team comps. One of the best team comps that you can have right now is definitely using Gravekeeper. You got to be careful about using that first officer for various reasons, but Gravekeeper is probably the most underrated character. It's hard to answer because there's a lot of underappreciated characters like Barmaid who aren't used. But I think that in tournament gameplay, we should be seeing Gravekeeper being utilized on almost all team comps. That's how great and remarkable he can be, especially for players with bad lag. To go back on something that you mentioned before about Mad Eyes, Mad Eyes is he's always been a great rank character. And in fact, he's been nerfed 4-5 times maybe. So that's why we're not seeing a lot of Mad Eyes anymore. Now, Mad Eyes is more difficult to play in tournament gameplay, just like you said, because you have those team communications. But he's a very scary hunter to go against in legendary rank, or he used to be, and he's had to really face a multitude of various nerfs to him. I can't remember how many. I'm almost willing to bet it's got to be at least 3 to 5. When he got released on NAEU, he got released for that 1 week of like that little intermission trial where like you can unlock him, and within that 1 week he got nerfed. So he's been nerfed quite a bit of times.
All right.
And look at that cowboy band. Oh, you know what? Did that clear? Yep. So we see a cowboy band. We see that the potatoes are going to be the survivors first. CVC will be the hunter first. And the question, Grizzly, do you expect the Mad Eyes? And I'm not saying anything until I see those check marks, because potatoes, they troll us. They troll us. They change their characters and everything, and then they laugh about it.
So what we are seeing right here is Sacred Heart Hospital, and I think even if CVC is coming in really, really strong with a Mad Eyes, I would rather, I think I lean towards Bloody Queen. Because Bloody Queen can't be banned in the first round, and she's just an overall extremely powerful character, and I think Mad Eyes might be on the table later on, but maybe I am wrong. Maybe I am extremely wrong right here.
It's okay. I'm not talking about the character. Look, see what Potatoes is doing right now? I ain't doing that. Nope. So I went in I went in the Discord after the tournament, and I yelled at All For One, and I yelled at Blue, and I yelled at John, because I didn't see Mumu and Psyche, and I was like, y'all were changing your characters up on us on purpose, and they started laughing. So I'm a chill, because that's what Potatoes do. They troll us. But yeah, I think honestly we're going to see Mad Eyes first, despite I think Blood Queen being utilized better, and the reason being so is that CVC probably has a good understanding that Mad Eyes will be banned next round, so we'll have to work with that.
Yeah. So hey, tell me, have you seen the new skin already?
Oh God. No, you know I don't pay attention to that stuff.
I want to make a clear statement, since we have a lot of people watching right now. I want more futuristic skins. More futuristic skins, more skins that are, you know, not from the late 90s or from, I don't know, we are getting a new Ripper skin. I think it's the Logic Path skin for the next season, and it looks like he's wearing a knight armor. And dude, just... I know that you don't even care about this, but come on, a few more futuristic skins, is that too much to ask for?
I don't care about skins. I want Photographer to have Blood Queen's hitbox, and I want Blood Queen to have Photographer's hitbox, and I'll be happy. You can see the difference of where we both focus on in this game. Where our priorities lie. And real quick, we see Enchantress, Priestess, which is very strong in this map, Mercenary, and Prospector being utilized. Do you want to go and talk about the...
No. Go ahead, please.
No? You don't want to do it? All right, guys. So this right here is going to be called a Group 6 layout. You spawn inside here in a hospital, and somebody's usually by Shack, and somebody's also... 2 people will also be by Ruins and Big Statue. And...
There's a lot going on right now.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult. Just stick with the Mad Eyes. That's all I care about right now.
Same. He's utilizing his machines to try to put pressure on the survivors right here, on the Cypher machines.
Yeah, you're not going to get any analysis of me on a Mad Eye strategy. There's just 2 main strategies. You either block off their route and chase them right away, or you try to hit them with the walls throughout the match. And we're seeing that this is his strategy right here to block them in, and that's exactly what he's doing right now. Yep,
that was a fantastic play right here. That was an extremely good play.
This is amazing from the Mad Eyes. He predicted this. That is insane. That is absolutely insane.
He predicted it so good. That was like one of the first walls he was putting up. That is wow.
But and you know what's difficult too for Blue Race Car, Blue Tato? We don't play against enough Mad Eyes on the server, so it's difficult to counter somebody this good when you don't have Like, there's no way that I would have been able to coach a team against it. There's nothing I could have done. There's literally nothing.
Great job, great rescue right here from Psyche. Really, really good. That's... Look at that. Look at that hit. What a hit. Was really going through that.
Went right through that pallet. Yep. Oh my God, Jinx! That was good. Grizzly, we both said the same thing. Oh my God, you're growing so fast. You are growing, so I'm so proud of you.
So what we can see right now is Mad Eyes most likely trying to find the Prospector since he's down already, going for Psyche right now.
Was he able to hide?
I think he was. He's right there. I'm not sure if CVC was able to figure out where the Prospector went, but probably not leaving this area.
Move. That's insane. That's amazing. Oh, they got up. Wow.
What a great
Excellent
job.
job from Blue Race Car.
There's a lot going on whenever he uses his machines. He's trying to get around a few Cypher machines, just blocking them off so the team cannot be caught while he is hunting down. Oh, he now found...
His ability to hide just saved them this match for sure. That was such an amazing move from Blue Race Car. That was really good. He understood that Mad Eyes was concentrated on other things and was able to hide. Absolutely amazing. Amazing.
Really, really good job. Really good job. Blue Race Car is just coming back from the early game massacre that was basically happening in this corner. He was able to get healed right there. He's taking a hit. Oh, the team is blocking the Mad Eyes right here. Very interesting.
That was really good. Potatoes is they're doing a good job recovering from that. This is a very good match. Good plays from the Mad Eyes. Excellent plays from Blue Race Car and this team being able to utilize that. That's really good. Look at that.
That's just how you use fire against fire right here. Using the walls against the Mad Eyes. Fantastic job. Really giving the Prospector Blue Race Car so much time to get away from there. Man.
This is such a great match. This is very incredible from both teams. I don't even know what to say, Grizzly. I'm not gonna lie.
No, right? Like you can just watch and you can just watch and be amazed from both sides what they do. So he's trying to nice. He's trying to scare off the mercenary from the machines. He's also trying to stop the healing.
Well, he's trying to go after Blue.
He is.
He knows he needs to get him down. He might get him beautiful move from the wall.
Great job. He knows where he is. He knows
he's going to use that wall. Sorry, Grizzly.
No, that's
fine. That 1 second delay kills us.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. But look at this. Look at this. He might be able. Yeah, he might be able to get up again just before Mad Eyes can get to him. That is such a fantastic job, dude. They are doing amazing. We can see CVC is trying to block off other survivors from Cypher machines before he's picking up the Prospector. But that just allows Potatoes to heal up again. Oh, nice blink. Nice blink. Bring down the Prospector yet again. And this time we might see the Prospector on the rocket chair for the second time.
Yeah, but he's going to be
careful. We have the enchanters right there.
Yeah. He's going to block off those ciphers to slow it down a little bit. Even if she stuns him, he's going to... Oh, beautiful. That was a beautiful stun.
Oh, nice.
And that's exactly why they're using Enchantress, because they know that he's using that Mad Eyes. Did the stream freeze? Okay.
No, perfect escape right there. We can see that they're really giving Blue Race Car a lot of time to get away from there. They are down to one Cypher machine right now. Basically, CVC was concentrating on the Prospector for the entire match, really trying to bring down the Prospector because he got him down early. I mean, that was a fantastic job. But Potatoes really putting up a fight. Oh, look at that.
Beautiful
putting up a
Prospector stun.
And not allowing the Prospector to get on the chair a second time.
And Mad Eye's coming up here to still try to cause a little bit of a disruption. And he might try to harass up here. If he harasses up here, he can put walls down on everywhere else. He's gonna have to change up his strategy.
You see how fast he finds survivors. He's using his machines and he just... Oh, there we go. 2 survivors right in front of him. He really knows what he's doing, but we also have to give it to Potatoes. They are really doing a fantastic job. Not really giving away their location, making it extremely difficult for Mad Eyes to find another survivor right here.
If Blue wasn't able to hide like that, they would be in an entirely different situation. Blue Racecar's ability to hide from the Mad Eyes completely changed this entire game. I promise you that. If he was not able to pull that move off, this entire match would be different. And so that is such an amazing move from Blue Racecar.
There's no doubt, yeah. That was a great job. We can see the Priestess is down, Cypher Machine seems to be not primed yet, but they are already rotating in. We can see that John is coming in with the Enchantress, protecting the Priestess and just giving... Oh, maybe even getting her up? No. Giving the team more time to decode. There comes the stun. She will go down, but again, this is just more time for the survivors to decode right here.
It's difficult to be a Mad Eyes right now. Pretty much half the survivors in the game have stuns now. And that disrupts his ability.
And we can see that the Prospector is about to prime the Cypher Machine. That was a quick rescue. We have the Enchantress taking the hit. Fantastic job. Now there. Oh, nah. Good job, good job. Blue Racecar knew that he was coming for him.
He's gonna have to somehow block. But that's gonna be difficult.
Ooh.
He's run out of juice.
Yeah, but we can... I think we also know that the Cypher...
Yeah, but he's got to be careful about that Cypher. Yeah, he's got to be careful about it. And he's going after a Priestess. They understood that this guy was going to, or this individual was going to use Mad Eyes. So they picked Priestess, they picked the Prospector, they picked the Enchantress. They're all counters in their own way.
He really is.
Yep, they can use those portals. This is a nightmare team comp for him or her, and you know they're doing the best that they can. Beautiful move from.
Great patience.
Look at that! Look at that discipline.
There comes the hit, the Cypher pop. Good job, fantastic job. Okay, what Mad Eyes needs to do right now, he needs to get one survivor at least on the rocket chair and out of the game. Because again, this is a tournament situation, which means if 4 survivors get out of the gate, we will have 5 points on the survivor side. And if he is getting 4 survivors out of the game, then we would have 5 points on the Hunter side. So what you want to do is you want to get at least 1 survivor out of the game to prevent the team to get the full 5 points. He was doing a fantastic job teleporting to that gate right here, where almost all the survivors were located. But everyone, pretty much everyone is relocating. We have the Enchantress that is just waiting it out and trying to get more stuns, just in case they are needed. Look at that.
Hit.
Giving the team time to actually open up the gate right here.
Yeah, but he got that wall down just in time.
Oh, yeah. That is so interesting to watch. That's... Wow. Really like it. We have the late game right here.
He's doing the best that he can. He's got another 30 seconds until his teleport comes back up, so he's trying to chip away at them, and it's very difficult to be a Mad Eyes now. Like I said, every character can stun, so not easy.
I think Psyche right there opening up the gate is more than halfway through, and by now I think the exit gate should be open. Yeah, there
I think he's gonna go for that one person. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, as I already mentioned, he needs to get at least 1 survivor out of the game to get at least 1 point for their team. Oh, she managed to get through. We have the dungeon right there. That's gonna be dangerous.
Oh, that's right. Good eye.
They are trying to protect the Enchantress. For sure. That's what they are trying to do. They are trying to push away and stun the Hunter and taking hits. Maybe even they're... She is waiting at the dungeon, right? Yeah, she is waiting at the dungeon. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. You need to put the wall down. You need to put the wall down.
And they get the 4-person escape.
What a match!
That was an amazing match. Amazing match. All because Blue could hide. If Blue did not have the ability to hide there, that entire match would have changed. That was the most important moment of that match. His ability to hide after being rescued, I believe. That's a crazy match.
Wow. Dude, fantastic game from both sides. We have to give it to Potatoes. They were doing a fantastic job, but we also have to say CVC coming in with the early strike right there, just trapping Boo Racecar into this corner and just bring him down so fast early in the game. That was extremely powerful, but Potatoes was able to recover from that early down, and this entire match, I was rather watching than actually talking because I was so amazed from what was going on both sides. Again, when the survivors were using the machines to actually block off the Mad Eyes. Oh, fantastic job from both sides. I really enjoyed this match. But again,
they played very well.
He really did. And we had Potatoes going through the exit gate and through the dungeon with 4 survivors, which means Potatoes is getting 5 points for this first match in round number 1. What we need to see right now from CVC is the very same as we already have 1 point for Potatoes. So I'm expecting to see an extremely interesting match later in CVC on the survivor side. And they know that they have to get out of there with 4 survivors to make this first round a tie.
Mm-hmm. They did a very, very good job at being able to utilize those stun characters correctly. And again, I want to emphasize that in my opinion, the most important moment of that entire match was Blue Racecar's ability to hide. If he did not have the ability to hide in that area, that entire game would have been changed. Easily so. Remember, when Mad Eyes put somebody on a rocket chair, okay, his defense is really, really good. So that was a very, very important moment for the Potatoes. And remember, Mad Eye started that game very strong. He was able to cut off the route, predicted Blue Racecar's movements, and was able to get him down relatively fast. So that was an important moment from both teams. And again, very good gameplay from the Mad Eyes. Very difficult sometimes to go against Mad Eyes users, especially on this server, because we don't have a lot of them. So Potatoes came out and said, hey, we know how to counter them. We'll use Priestess, right, who can portal through it. We can use Prospector. We can use Enchantress that can just stick around and continue to stun. Good motions and movements from John Zhao. Very good match.
Also have to say, CVC was doing a great job being Mad Eyes, just blocking off the Cypher machines with the wars. And even while he was hunting down other survivors, he was always making sure that the rest of the team was having a hard time decoding. Same thing we saw at the very end of the game when everyone was basically transitioning to the other side of the map, to the other exit gate. He was giving them such a difficult time, even with the stuns of the Enchantress, to open up that gate. I really, really enjoyed watching that gameplay. From both sides, they were doing a fantastic job. I would love to see more Mad Eyes in the future. Maybe Potatoes, they are telling themselves, we already faced Mad Eyes. We were able to get out of there with 4 survivors. Maybe they are not banning the Mad Eyes for the next round. So we can still hope to see Mad Eyes again. I really wish we could see him again and, maybe getting his revenge. But we have to wait and see how it turns out. So,
where they have our, so for all the I can move that, I didn't even know. All right. So for those who don't know, on the little program that we're using here, my little webcam is up in the top left-hand corner, so I can't see the map. And that's actually very important because for a lot of Hunter mains, when you're moving around, even if you don't see the survivors sometimes when they're down, you can see a red mark pop up on your map. And that's actually a really good Hunter trick when you're moving around with certain characters like Photographer. you can actually see that red dot in the top left-hand corner of your little radar before you can actually see the survivor in person. And so because of where they have my webcam, which I didn't know I could move, I wasn't sure if Mad Eyes could see that little red blip mark on the radar when Blue Race Car was hiding in the corner there. And Grizzly is just laughing at me because that's what real friends do. They're not encouraging at all. They're not even good people. They just laugh at you and ridicule you and make
Did
Instagram
you say
videos
I am
mocking
not a
you.
good person?
Yeah, no, I said not a good. Oh yeah, I may have.
No, I
Maybe I was a
said.
little. Maybe I was a little hyperbolic. I'm over here trying to explain why I go, and you're just laughing.
Dude, it's day 4. It's not like, okay, this is a thing that you learn after one day and you're like, oh wait, that camera right there, that is in a really, really bad spot.
been
Maybe I
taping the
can
whole
move it. You know what? You can also make your window smaller. You have tried that?
Which
You just go to one,
which one?
like the one that
you're
was
being-
hiding.
You're being a jerk.
See, no, you can, dude. No, I'm trying to
I
help
didn't
you.
know you could do that. Oh my god. Oh, so I can see
See?
more of the.
See, I'm trying to help you out right there. And what are you saying? Oh yeah, I'm a bad person. I'm a jerk. Dude, you know what? You should you should make this little window of yourself just as, dude, you can actually pull it over the entire screen. Yeah, you should try that.
Signs of narcissism. Just, hey guys, I can't see the gameplay. I'm just looking at me on webcam right now and
staring at myself. I'm staring at the beauty right now. I'm sorry, I can't talk about the game.
Oh, I felt so uncomfortable that last round because, again, I've never had to coach somebody with Mad Eyes. At half the time, yeah, I was just watching that match like the old school Dream Witch. Like now I actually can give good commentary because I've played Dream Witch and I got badges with Dream Witch. With Mad Eyes, all I know is those two strategies, Grizzly. You either do exactly what he did or the old school strategy was to chip away at everybody to try to do damage with them. And we see that strategy is phased out a little bit.
Yeah, but
no laughing. They didn't laugh that whole time. That was pretty good.
Yeah, no. I was actually thinking about the very same because you said like you were not giving a lot of commentary because you were just spectating, and the same thing happened to me. Like I was seeing that Mad Eyes right there, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna spectate that. I'm probably gonna learn something, and I'm gonna let myself, surprise by what Mad Eyes is doing. And let's be real, that was a phenomenal match. But we are already jumping into match number 2 of round 1. We now have CVC on the survivor side. They need to get 4 survivors out of this game to tie round number 1, thanks to Potato's team doing the same in the match before. And what we can see right now is CVC picking their survivors. We have All for One banning the Seer. We are on the same map again. Sacred Heart Hospital. Let's just wait until CVC readies up because it seems like they are doing the very same thing. They are trying to confuse us. They are trying to trick us in talking about the survivors even if they are not even picking them.
Dude, why is every team in this tournament trolling us? We didn't do your competition's in front of you. I'm telling you, all the teams are going to do this. Oh, we're going to kite the MCs.
Dude, that main quest of this tournament. Just confuse Persuable and Grizzly. That's it. Okay.
Oh yeah, I can make my webcam bigger.
Yeah, you can drag it over the entire screen.
You know what stinks is that I can tell that after I shave, I can see like the tan line on my face. Remind me not to shave during summer ever again.
Just in general, never ever shave again, please.
You don't like me baby face?
Oh, I like your baby face, but it's just so it's surprising to see you that way after I had to cast like 3 days with bare Persuable.
Well, because of COVID-19, nobody will trim the beard. You have to go into barber shops right now with a face mask on. So like you can get your hair cut, but you got to wear that face mask. So,
Oh,
but it's okay, Grizzly. Thanks for telling everybody I look ugly. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Not
Thank you for
ugly,
being
just
with
like so much
Yeah.
younger. If
This guy is
you ever
probably gonna be one of the best men at my future wedding with Dari. Whenever that happens, and this guy over here roasting me. Now, like now I got to think about you and her. Like, do I shave before my wedding? Because now I'm like, what if Dari
exactly
likes it, but you don't? What do I do?
that was exactly my question. Like, are you going to shave before that or not?
And hey,
Okay.
by the way, for the viewers, they have to get a 4-person escape in order to even tie this round. And against All for One, that's going to be very, very difficult. So let's see how they play. And this is going to be what we refer to as a Group 5 layout. I think this is a Group 5 layout. Is this a? I'm going on the top of my memory. I'm pretty sure it's a Group 5 layout. Somebody's going to transition over into Shack. Somebody's going to transition into Ruins. And usually the person in Shack is the person who... We're seeing the same character. There we
Dude, that looks like one of my over-edited YouTube videos where like way too much is happening.
Can't relate. I barely edit.
All right, so what we can see right now is All for One going for the Perfumer, finding the Perfumer right here, and CVC is doing a good job. Again, remember he can... Oh, nice! Ooh!
It's going to be interesting though, because once the mirror pops up, he's most likely going to be able to get a hit. So Perfumer's really going to play very good here.
There comes there was... Oh! I think she was trying... Because she was standing right there, I think she was trying to use her skill, to be honest. Seems like that did not happen in time, and we have the Perfumer down. Fantastic job from All for One. Bring down the Perfumer quite early in the game.
Yeah, 5 seconds remaining. I saw the Perfumer stop moving there, but honestly, I think even if the Perfumer was moving fully, there's not much that they could have done with that. But, I mean, there was a pallet right there, but I don't know. It's too subjective. But it should be mentioned that we did see the Perfumer stop moving quickly.
Yeah,
oh,
definitely.
Wow. Very good juke from the Mercenary.
Coming through with the rescue, we can see that All for One is... Okay, trying to go for the Perfumer, obviously. Nice
Beautiful blink.
blink.
Beautiful blink.
Was trying to go for the Mercenary as well, just making a double down. And what we can see right now is cutting off the way of the Perfumer.
I was going to try to get a hit on the Mercenary to see if they could follow up. You know, one of them has, you know, that sort of last stand activated, and might as well use your ability to see if you can get Mercenary down. It was a good movement right there. Plus, understood where Perfumer was trying to move towards. So, good movement from All for One. I mean, All for One's a scary hunter to go against.
What we can see right here is that the Perfumer is on the chair for the second time. I want to repeat it. All for One basically needs one survivor out of this game to decide this round for the Potatoes, for Team Potatoes. And that is basically what we can see right here. Oh,
beautiful hit.
What a hit!
Beautiful hit. Beautiful.
Great job.
That's a common strategy sometimes when forward. You hop a pallet, you get that speed boost, and then you use your football. You actually your football is increased in speed based on the boost that you were using. But you know, Bloody Queen, All for One was able to predict it, swings and interrupts the stun.
Was a great try from the forward though, doing a 360 right there, trying to increase the time of the stun if it was successful, but it wasn't. Fantastic job again. All for One really concentrating and really wants to bring that Perfumer to the chair, because again, if this Perfumer is sitting on a chair, is getting out of the game, this will decide round number 1 for Potatoes. But we can see survivors are not giving up.
They can't afford to, because in case they tie, it comes down to points.
That's true. Oh, you're right. Exactly. Fantastic job.
That's why at least going for the tie is important.
We are down to 2 Cypher machines right here. Taking the hit right there, was using his skill, was using his shovel to get under the surface and taking the hit with it.
You see that angle, Grizzly? That's the angle that you're supposed to kite Blood Queen at. A lot of people say, how do you kite Blood Queen? Exactly the way that Gravekeeper was. You want to try to go on a 45-degree angle on that sort of arc, and it's very difficult for a Bloody Queen to be able to hit you because it's all random chance. Unless you're a perfumer, a lot of perfumers will actually charge towards the Bloody Queen and then decide to use their perfume. So other than perfume, that's usually the strategy, going at 45. See how he's on a 45-degree angle, kind of? You lose that depth perception, and then therefore the Bloody Queen just has to randomly swing. Sometimes when people juke back and forth, you run right into Blood Queens and, you know, insane hitbox.
You can see Mercenaries bring down the Cypher Machine, 70% already done. I think the forward was also decoding a Cypher Machine that was pretty well decoded. It's gonna be interesting. Gravekeeper is buying the team more time. Taking the hit, good job. His Gravekeeper does not have any skills left. One Cypher Machine remaining. Oh! Really good job. Dashing away right in front of All For One. Swing right there, but All For One still able to take a hit on the forward. Gonna see what is happening next. Oh, nice job, nice job. Juking the mirror image right there, juking it again. And really trying to buy more time. I wish I could see the progress on the Cypher Machine right now. Ooh, that's gonna be intense. That's gonna be intense. Fantastic job from the forward, but taking the swing, and Cypher is not ready. Look at this. Bottom left corner, we can see it was almost primed. Not in time, but what we can see right now is the Mercenary that can still take hits. Going in for the rescue. Oh, that's gonna be dangerous. That's gonna be dangerous. So Cypher Machine was popped. So now they are able to escape from the Bloody Queen, trying to get out there, trying to rescue the fort in time as well. But we can see it. We can see it. The scary detention time is right here. So if someone is taking a hit, they would go down immediately, except of the Mercenary. Mercenary can take a hit, but will go down after time. Risky. It's risky to go for the forward right now. He's trying to make detention run out. Oh! Good job. Really good job from All For One. Hitting the Mercenary. Again, it was a little bit difficult to rescue the fort. I'm not sure if the Gravekeeper was going in for the rescue. No, he wasn't. That means fort is out of the game. They were trying to tie it. Mercenary was trying to get away there. Was trying to get to the exit gate, but wasn't able to escape from All For One. Gravekeeper made it through the gate. This means we have 3 points for Potatoes, 1 point for CBC, thanks to the survivor that was escaping, thanks to the Gravekeeper who was going through the gate. But for now, round number 1 was decided by Potatoes. Here we can see the stats. Perfumer was doing a 75-second kite, which is quite good. They were all of the teammates. You can see the decoding and the kiting on all teammates. Kiting was pretty much, well, pretty good from all teammates, giving enough time to bring on the survivors. Late game was decided by the Bloody Queen because, I mean, we all saw it. They were doing an absolutely fantastic job bringing down the Cypher Machines and putting pressure on the Bloody Queen, but with the attempt of the rescue of the forward, Bloody Queen was able to get the Mercenary down. Look at the decoding progress on the Mercenary too. I'm just seeing that 250. So what I am hearing right now, or not hearing but seeing, is that Persuable is having some problems. I mean, a lot of you guys were probably already wondering, hey, where's Persuable? Why doesn't he talk as much as he's usually talking? Why isn't he talking about the map group layout 459? Yeah, seems like his microphone is having difficulties. So we are just watching the match stats. Fantastic job again. Congratulations to Potatoes for deciding round number 1 for themselves on the Hunter as well as on the Survivor side. But we're gonna jump into round number 2. I'm extremely curious to see if we are going to have. Oh, there he is! Beautiful baby
Say,
persuadable.
talking junk over there about the rotate.
No,
Hey, Diaz, look at that skit.
I would never say something like that. Don't you even hear that?
Yeah, everyone was probably like, Persuadable's been quiet for a full 10 seconds. What's going on? Is everything
Everyone
okay?
Everyone was so excited.
Yeah, I'm going to see that on Twitter, I assure you.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So we just saw an absolutely fantastic round number 1. Again, Potatoes was able to get away with 4 survivors, 5-point game in the first match, and was able to bring down 3 survivors in their second match on the Hunter side. I'm super excited to see what is happening in round number 2. But for now, we are jumping into a short 5-minute break, and I'm looking forward to see you after the break. Bye. And we are back to the summer tournament of our server. I'm excited to see the upcoming matches. We already witnessed match, or rather round number 1 between Potatoes versus CVC. Potatoes was able to actually secure the first point for their team. We are jumping into round number 2. I'm excited to see if we are going to see another Mad Eyes. Again, Potatoes was able to counter CVC's Mad Eyes in a fantastic way. Even if he was coming in extremely strong early game, they were able to counter him, and maybe they are confident in doing it again and not banning Mad Eyes. But on the other side, we all know that CVC is an extremely powerful Mad Eyes player, so we could also expect that they don't want to risk it again and they might ban the Mad Eyes for round number 2, where that is basically what I'm looking forward right now. I want to see what is CVC coming up if they are banning Mad Eyes, or what he's coming up if they are not banning Mad Eyes, if he's going for it again. So what was happening to your microphone earlier? Yeah, you're muted again. Dude, you're trying to troll me today, right? Like, that's... Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention to anything that you were saying. I just realized that you look taller than me, and I was intimidated, so I tried to fix my pot.
You know what? I can just...
I tried to... Yeah, no. I want you to, like, can you kind of... No. Can you, kind of go like this in your chair? No. Go lower. Because I already know you're taller than me in real life. It's just that I don't want the viewers to know. Just kind of have bad posture. This is awful for your back. But if you do it, it will make me feel better. Thank you. Hi, Beers! Hi, Beers! Oh, man. That was an excellent match. There's not much to really say about it other than All For One did an amazing job. And again, trying to have your team 4-man All For One is just a ridiculous amount of pressure. It's a ridiculous amount of pressure. It's a very difficult thing to do. And I really want to give my hat off to that Mad Eyes, though, in round 1. He did a very, very good job early game. But when you're facing characters that can just stun, that's very difficult to deal with as a Mad Eyes, which is one of the biggest complaints in regards to what's really happening with the current meta. And although there were a lot of Mad Eye players who used to be on the top of the leaderboard, specifically in the China server, one of the biggest complaints is this is why we're seeing him phased out, because you saw a whole bunch of adjustments, but with the introduction of all these characters that can really harass him, the question is, do you backpedal on some of those adjustments? I don't have the answer for that, but I think it's an intriguing and interesting conversation.
That's true.
Exactly.
I want to bring...
Absolutely.
No. Without a doubt. No doubt.
Certainly.
Definitely, totally.
Grizzly has written down a whole bunch of words to respond to me as. He got rid of absolutely, and he got rid of exactly, and then he's got all these, he was practicing them before we went on live feed, and he was like certainly, and I'm like, dude, Grizzly, if you use that word certainly, I'm gonna lose it. You can't.
Oh, you will hear me say it several times in the stream. I promise you. But
you
again,
can tell that we're much more relaxed.
Yeah, we are. We should actually, maybe we should try to step it up to be professional again. At least a little.
I am professional. Please leave the accusations at the door. Thank you. What were you going to say? You were going to say something.
Yeah, tell me something about your opinion on the new Survivor that just came to the game. About a week ago, we can purchase her in the game since this Thursday. She is the entomologist. She has a bunch of bees in her bag. What do you think about the Survivor?
I want to say that she's B tier, just out of the pun, because she has. Yeah, no. I know that was bad. I already know. I know. I'm not even honestly. If people say that was cringe and awful, I'm not gonna argue you. I agree with you, but she's very annoying to answer your question, Grizzly, especially with tight kiting. And what's an interesting strategy with her is that you can use her bees to slow the hunter down. He swings once, and then I think you can try to catch them again, and then you'll have a 20-second cooldown. So that 3 seconds can really buy a lot of time. And I was getting a lot of feedback from, My Leg, Paul Blum's, top players on the server. And they're saying that she has a lot of potential to be very, very annoying and destructive for these survivors. So anyways, we see that the Ripper, we see that the Ripper has been banned. Interesting. So,
okay. So just to follow up, everything's good.
Well, I assume that this is a Ripper main. So you can expect Potatoes to have done their research. So the question is who is WinRain going to use now?
Oh, you can see CVC change their hunter. All right, now I see what's going on.
He's not going, or he or she, they're not going to be able to change their hunter now. So CVC WinRain has to, stick with whatever hunter that they're using going forward if this does go to a round 3.
Yeah, so we can see that we are playing on the red church map. We have survivor bands, priestess, and seer. Good bands for this map. Seer is always okay. I assume that there will be a restart because there might be a little bit of technical issues. As you can see,
we see 4 lucky guys being utilized. It's going to be a very interesting match. 4 lucky guys.
That is a very good strategy. That's a very good strategy. We've seen this before in tournament gameplay all the times, dude. Destroying.
Can I be honest with you, Grizzly?
Depends on the topic, but I guess, yeah.
I feel like when I shave, I look like a squirrel that has a bunch of acorns in their cheeks.
No, you look just beautiful, and I think,
like Disney princess beautiful, or
even more than that.
Thank you, because I feel like a chipmunk right now.
Oh, don't say that. You're and I'm trying to come up with something positive, but I'm. You're the most beautiful chipmunk, I guess.
I can't. I'm never MCing with you again.
Dude, it's not my fault. Who decides? Like, look at this. You're coming into this tournament, a full-grown beard right here. Look, you look more as a Grizzly than I do, right? And how in the world, what made you decide to shave yourself for the next 3 days? Excuse me?
I had to.
Oh, yeah.
I had to, yeah, because of the COVID-19 serious subject. Because it's increasing in America, a lot of healthcare professionals were finally getting the equipment necessary to protect ourselves. And CDC had some guidelines in terms of facial hair that was acceptable. And, to kind of dumb it down a little bit, my facial hair wasn't acceptable. So I had to shave and my facility, it's so funny. My facility sat me down, Grizzly, and they're like, we don't know how to tell you this, but you're going to have to shave your beard because we have new equipment. I was like, okay. I seriously said, okay. And they're like, wow, we were expecting this big argument. I was like, well, no. If it's going to save my patients' lives, then we're good. If I got to shave it, I got to shave it. I knew what I signed up for. So, yeah, so that's why I ended up shaving my beard. So,
I have to be honest. I thought that story would end very differently. Your colleagues were just holding you down on this chair. One was coming with a razor blade, and they were like, persuade. We're sorry, we have to do this right now.
Yeah, well, apparently I look a lot younger than what I am, so maybe I need to start. That's awful. That's awful that I'm starting to get to that age bracket now where I got to start thinking what makes me look younger. I hit the big 30 this year, man. I hit the big 30 in October. 30. That's halfway to 60. All right, anyway, so let's see what we have. Okay, so the band's going to be Feaster this time.
Why, though? Why couldn't you just keep the Ripper ban?
No, I agree with this. We don't feel like, what I mean? I got a dad joke for you. It's awful. Everyone's going to be mad at me for saying it, but I got a great dad joke.
Okay. I'm all ears.
I'm on a seafood diet because when I see food, I eat it. People gonna. Why are you quiet? Laugh, dude. Just fake it. Hurry up. Save my integrity, please. Thank you. That was was a good joke, wasn't it? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Jeez, I'm gonna write it down.
Thank you. My dad told me that one.
I'm gonna call all my friends right now on stream, and I have to tell them this joke.
It was that good, wasn't it? I already know.
It was even better than that. It was even better than that. Okay, so what we can see on the field right here, we are still on the red church. We still have the seer and priestess ban. I already said it. Instead of a ripper ban, we are seeing a feaster ban, which is I'm not really happy about that, and we have to wait what Wind Rain is bringing to the table now. I already see that Potatoes, almost all of them readied up. The team seems pretty solid, but we learned our lesson. We are not talking about the survivors until they are readied up. There we go. Dangerous Cowboy
Grizzly
coming in. Yes?
Is calamari popular in Germany? It's a serious question. It's not a joke. Like, do you guys eat a lot of calamari? Like yeah.
I wouldn't say so, no.
Oh wow, it's a really popular dish over on the East Coast of the United States.
Oh yeah. But
in
Germany
fact,
is like, we
yep.
are not located. We don't have any. I mean, yeah, no, we don't have any locations where we could. Nah. It's
No. I
so.
understand the basics of a world map. Thank you.
You really do.
But, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Ever since I heard that you really like Feaster, I'm just gonna throw this out there. Every time I go to a restaurant, I'm more likely to order calamari. That's it. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
One feaster at a time, huh?
And we see that we have Cowboy, Mechanic, Mercenary, Gravekeeper. You know, I'm very happy that we're just being ourselves now. Day one was like, we were super like uptight and everything. I'm just glad that we're just like relaxed right now. So I believe this is spawn number 2 for Red Church. I'm honestly going on the top of my head right outside a graveyard. That was what we referred to it as. I think it's spawn 2. And
yeah, it's
take it
definitely
away.
map group layout 2, yeah. What we can see again, Windray trying to find the first survivor. He knows where he has to go. But great teamwork on the survivor side, rotating around, rotating away from the Cypher machine. We can see the Cowboy, Boo, race car coming through, getting away from the Hunter and really trying to get as much time out of this Hunter as possible. Good job, good job.
I think that blue race car is kited every single time in this tournament. I think he's been found every single time in this tournament, which is very difficult as a Cowboy main. Yeah,
it feels that way. Yeah, now that you're saying it, certainly.
It's difficult. His job has not been easy. That's my point.
It really isn't. Oh, good dodge, good dodge.
Good lasso. Using that lasso to kite. Good job.
Not an easy job, but he's doing his job really well, giving the team more and more time. We can see Mechanic is bringing down the Cypher machine to 50% right now. And dude, he's doing good. Dodging these. Oh, that might actually. Ooh!
Beautiful move.
Taking the first hit right there. That was a fantastic lasso, just avoiding another hit right there, but taking the first hit.
He's doing a good job getting out of that area, but he did rotate into good lasso to put some more distance. Question is, this is going to be a very important moment. Throws that pallet down. Good job. Put some distance between him and the Hunter.
Windray really concentrating on the Cowboy though. Not caring about the Mercenary at all. Really wants to bring down, really wants to secure the first survivor down. But we can already see 3 Cypher machines are remaining. 2 Cypher machines are already down.
Blue's doing a great job at this. This is why we're also going to see an Axe-Boy adjustment. Very difficult to use him too. So props to the Axe-Boy for using him.
Oh, there comes the good job, but we can already see it. Mercenary brought down the Cypher machine to 90%, which means there will not a lot. Yeah, there we go. 1 Cypher machine remaining. This is just like having the Mechanic on the map and basically allowing her to decode a lot by going for another survivor. It's just really speeding up the Cypher progress. Doll is hiding right there. You can see. Ooh.
So this gives Axpoy a little bit of a... It's still going to be difficult, but it gives them... Oh, they went in for the rescue.
Yeah, they did. They really did. And what we can see right here, the Cowboy is probably off right now, just getting away from there, not trying to avoid an additional hit. And we have Gravekeeper kiting. Ooh. Oh!
Good hit
great
right
hit
there. Good hit. This is going to be very difficult for the Axpoy to recover from this. Now that Cowboy is taken away, they're going to be working on these ciphers, especially if they heal up the Cowboy with one cipher left. I really think that Axpoy needs to focus on at least one person and be able to secure it. It's a difficult position to be in.
Good hit though, good hit though. Everyone was concentrating on organizing right here. As you already said, Cowboy got healed up right there. Oh, these pellets are down. That's in favor for the Gravekeeper. Oh,
wow, that
nice
actually
prediction. Hit. What a prediction. Oh,
Beautiful
almost
stun.
was able to get to the Gravekeeper. Gravekeeper was throwing on the pellet. And we can still see Cypher Machine is not primed yet. But it's going to be, as you already said, it's going to be extremely difficult. Oh, wow. Nice hit! Even if the Cypher is happening, he could swing again, but nope, not happening again. They are all transitioning over to the Cypher Machine at the, what is it, the graveyard? Yeah.
Yes, this is yes, this is Wedden, and they're all at graveyard. Yes, good job, Grizzly.
They were all transitioning over there. We can see both survivors are decoding, Mechanic as well as Cowboy. We have Mercenary coming in, taking a hit. Ooh, that's gonna be a
tried to hit him with
here.
He tried to hit him with that orb. If he were to hit them with the orb, then he would have been able to prevent that rescue.
He brought the doll from the Mechanic. Dude, what a rescue! He just rescued right in front of his.
He's gonna have to use his ability to drop them though. He cannot afford to hit them. He's got to use his ability to bring them down. If he hits them, he's got to be patient. Be patient. He's got to use that orb in order to bring one of them down. If he swings and they pop,
he needs to be able to swing right away just another time because the Cypher Machine is probably primed. Cypher Machine will bring up the Gravekeeper. Oh, actually taking
there we go.
An attempt to hit down the Gravekeeper right away. Okay,
it's very difficult using. It's very difficult using these A and B tier hunters in tournament gameplay. You know, legendary rank mode, a little bit more manageable, but in tournament gameplay, very, very difficult to utilize them. And again, this is why we're seeing an Axpoy adjustment coming soon. But Potatoes really showing how dangerous they are. They really are. Blue Race Car did an excellent kite. Excellent kite.
And again, Wind Rain needs to bring down at least one survivor to secure 1 point. Oh, look at this. There we go. Mechanic is down. That might be the one survivor that I was talking about. Because again, if they're getting out of there with 4 survivors, it would be a 5-point game for the Potatoes. But by securing one survivor... Oh, we can actually say that they are attempting to get the entire 5 points right here. They are attempting a rescue. Oh, with the elbow pads.
Good prediction from Axpoy.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh.
Actually hitting the Mercenary, that might be a good...
Oh, wow. Are they going to get the 4-person? Here we go. Let's see. They're going to the gate. They're going to the gate. They get the 4-person. Wow.
What a coordination right there. They were really switching out their items, and that was really allowing them to get the 4 survivor escape. With the Tide Turner rescue, fantastic job. You have to give it to Potatoes yet again. They were showing off a fantastic survivor match in the first round. Round number 2 goes the very same way. 5 points for Potatoes in the first match. And we can see just how destroying the Mechanic can be with the doll. 345% of decoding. Basically bringing down almost 4 Cypher Machines all on her own. Fantastic job, as well as the Cowboy Blue Race Car coming in with 112 seconds of kiting. Great teamwork, extremely difficult for the Axpoy to get to the survivors and to recover from that. The rescue of the Cowboy was extremely crucial and was putting the Axpoy in a difficult situation. That they even rescued the mechanic. That was an amazing move. Fantastic job.
And that's one of the benefits of having such a strong early game. You have such a strong early game like that, it really gives you the benefit of trying to pull off those tricky little moves up over there. But very interesting strategy. What the mercenary and the mechanic did is that they ended up switching. And they switched their items, I think. I don't know, but I presume that that's exactly how the mechanic ended up having the elbow pads and the mercenary ended up having the mechanic doll. And that ended up playing out well because when they went in for the rescue, the mechanic had the ability to use her elbow pads. But you know what's interesting? Axeboy didn't get too lured in by the cowboy, just enough for mercenary to do their job. Cowboy goes in, right? Acts like he's gonna, go in for a rescue, moves out, draws the Axeboy out just enough for mercenary to sneak in there and utilize that tide turner. And again, using Axeboy in tournament gameplay is very, very difficult to do. It's why we don't see it much. And that Axeboy definitely did the best of their ability to try to shut down the potatoes. And this is going to be difficult now for CVC to get a 4-person escape against one of the best hunters, all for one, in the entire Northern American European server.
Yeah. We already saw it in round 1. It's going to be extremely. It's going to be extremely. Dude, I don't want to be in the position of CVC right now because we already saw how the potatoes were coming in. All for one was coming for these survivors. Again, they pretty much need to get 4 survivors out of the game right now. They need to get 4 survivors out of the game because this is a best of 3. And if one survivor is going back to the manor, if one survivor is getting eliminated, that would give the victory to potatoes for round number 2 and would make it a 2-point game for the potatoes. So CVC obviously knows that they need to get out of there with 4 survivors, but going against all for one, that is like a huge task. That is going to be extremely difficult. And on the other side, all for one knows the exact same. He knows that it's gonna be still extremely difficult, but it's only one survivor that he needs to get out of there. It's a difficult situation. And you said what I want to talk about a little bit. You mentioned that we are going to see X-Boy adjustments because he's just an extremely a more difficult hunter to play. There are a bunch of adjustments actually coming to the game, which I'm extremely excited about. I was actually fearing to see the adjustments coming into the game before the tournament would start, because that would obviously put almost everyone at a little bit of a disadvantage, because everyone had to get used to the adjustments like one day before the tournament. But on the other side, everyone would be at a disadvantage, so therefore it would be fair. But we did not really see any character adjustments during the latest patch. But what can we expect in the future?
Well, I welcome the Axeboy adjustments. The Axeboy is interesting because he pretty much works his way up to gain almost everything that the Ripper starts the match with. That's my opinion. I know that the Foggy Blade and the Orbs are technically different. Totally get it. Not going to touch that one. But the ability to shoot it forward is something that Ripper starts with. His ability to move faster is something that Ripper typically gets faster. And that's literally why we've always seen Ripper being utilized more than Axeboy. So, yeah, we see some adjustments coming from that Axeboy. Next week, I think that we're getting the Postman. I think we're getting the Dancer. We should be getting the Doctor update, the Mechanic update with the doll. And then I think the map adjustments, we're going to get Moonlit. So I'm pretty sure Moonlit's adjustments are going to occur first. There's one rocket chair change, I think. Actually, when you go on the roller coaster now, you're going to be able to use your camera. So it's not going to be like a fixed camera position. You're going to be able to adjust it. And then the entomologist, to my knowledge, should be in duo hunter mode starting next Wednesday, if I recall correctly. So, yeah, a lot's coming. There's a lot more. That doesn't include everything. We're going to see adjustments with other characters in the game as well. And we're going to see adjustments such as Arms Factory, etc. That's all going to come out.
And you just
What was
mentioned,
that?
That was my pen, dude. I always have a pen to write down things.
Oh my god, dude, I'm holding a pen too. Wow.
It's like I don't know.
Let me see.
Like
Let me see yours. Oh yeah,
no,
my pen's bigger.
no, I'm not playing that.
What? I'm just no.
Okay, wait. Yeah, there.
Okay. Just wondering. All right, what are you saying?
You already mentioned it. There will be an adjustment for the doctor. I would absolutely love to talk about that adjustment more, but let's just get into the picks and bans real quick right here for CVC versus Potatoes. Again, CVC on the survivor side right now. They absolutely need to get 4 survivors. Dude, that was on purpose, just for you. They need to get 4 survivors through the exit gate to tie round number 2 and to still be able to take part in this tournament, else Potatoes would win. And again, that's going to be extremely difficult because we all have seen All for One coming through with the Hunter gameplay, and he only needs to get 1 survivor back to the manor, and that's going to be a really, really interesting match. We're going to jump into the Red Church again. We can already see the bans. Bloody Queen as Hunter has been banned, and we have Seer and Mercenary on the survivor side being banned. All for One was coming through with a lot of various hunters. Was he?
Hey,
Dude, I'm
Grizzly.
trying to recall. Was he playing with Bloody Queen?
Yep.
I think he was, but he's so good with a lot of different hunters. Okay, what do you want to say?
So do you like? That's so interesting. So like, are you holding your pen now? No, I'm saying like in your hand. Like I got my pen in my hand and I write notes down as well.
I have it in my hand. Yeah, I usually have it in my hand. Like
that's so
most of the
funny.
time.
So we both have high powered computers in front of us. Yeah, we write notes on a piece of paper.
The problem is if I write something, it's like, yeah, you could hear that, you know.
We're gonna see Feaster. Prediction.
Yes, please. Oh,
Prediction.
Please.
What if I'm right? What do I get? You already didn't come through with that K-pop song, so what do I get if I'm right?
You always want something, huh?
What do I want? What do I want? What do I get if I'm right? Feaster, what do I get? Come on, hurry up! Stop stalling. This isn't a Dell's lemonade stand.
If you get the feaster, I'm going to introduce everyone to the map group layout that we are witnessing on the Red Church. How about that?
Oh, what? You're gonna call out the technical stuff?
Yeah. I'm gonna take over your part. Like I had an entire week to learn all map group layouts, and I was doing so. So I'm pretty confident that I can do it the exact same way.
I believe it.
You are doing it.
I believe it. I believe in you.
If we are seeing a feast, I'm going to do that.
If I am going to be so proud of you, Grizzly. Show us what you have learned in the past week.
Yes,
and I believe in you as your friend. I believe in you as your colleague. But I could be wrong. It could be violinist. We don't know. Oh, it's violinist. I say you give it a shot anyways, though.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna try it. No, wait.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
give
gonna
it a
try
shot.
It.
Nope. Give it a shot. So I want you to call out the group number, and I want you to say where he's gonna go. Go.
Okay, so what we can see right here is the map group layout 469, which is pretty, like, this is like one of the most seen layouts on this map. So we have, on the left side, we can already see it, Gravekeeper. On the right side, we always have the, like, Prospector. And, you know, that is the thing. You remember these little group layouts as soon as you know, watch these high-tier gameplays. It's super easy. Again, 469 it is, and we can already see All for One knows that.
I'm never gonna MC with you again. I'm never doing this again with you. This is the last tournament.
I asked my audience and I was like, hey, does anyone understand what Persuadable is saying at the very beginning? Or am I the only one that is like in confusion? And they were like, nah. Most of the time, they think you just come up with something and just like keep talking.
No, that was group layout number 6. We call that Wed in Ruins, and Wed in Ruins or Top Broken, or rather Wed in Broken, and they usually go north towards the. Yeah, I don't like you.
Okay.
I know. It's a beautiful. I'm telling you, it's the last tournament I ever MC with you. You are such a troll.
Don't say that. I know that you love me, and I know that you want to do another tournament with me.
I'll do more tournaments with you, but this is abuse. Okay, hold on. Here's Gaming Grizzly's analysis. You ready? Exactly, absolutely. That's my favorite skin.
I mean, look at the skin. Dope S-tier skin. Okay, we should talk about the match for at least a moment right here. What we can see is the Prospectors on the chair. All for One was doing a fantastic job. Even if CVC was trying to get away with the magnet, but CVC knows they need to rescue. Oh!
Wow, he both!
Fantastic skill.
He hit
fantastic
both, wow.
Yeah, fantastic skill usage and actually double hitting both survivors. We have the Prospector as well as the Gravekeeper going down within 20 seconds. And he was trying to scare off the Postman as well. And again, he's concentrating on the Prospector. He was on the chair once. He is going to be on the chair most likely for a second time. I don't see the Enchantress anywhere nearby. And that is putting a lot of pressure on the CVC. They need to get out of there with 4 survivors. All for One is just an extremely scary, dangerous hunter, doing a fantastic job. And now going for the Postman as well.
I'm afraid to talk.
Dude, I want to ask the chat. Okay, wait.
Oh, beautiful move right there. Beautiful defense. That was very good defense.
Yeah, they knew that they had to go and they had to get the Prospector off the chair, but the skill usage from All for One, fantastic job, bring down the Prospector, and that's the first survivor out of the game. They still have 3 Cypher machines remaining.
Gaming Grizzly, you know what's interesting about this strategy though, is that Potatoes is sending a message to everybody else. They're saying, listen, not only am I good with Blood Queen, but last time they faced on live feed, they used Feaster against Roxanne, who used to be one of the best feasters, if not still one of the best feasters in the entire game. So All for One is sending a message here. What are you gonna do? Gonna ban my Blood Queen? That's fine, I got Feaster. You're gonna ban my Feaster? That's fine, I got Violinist. He's sending a clear message here. Well, look at this, amazing defense. Amazing defense from All for One.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see All for One in the future, and I'm excited to see all the matches. As you already mentioned, he was coming in with basically every hunter that you can imagine, and he's putting up a show right there, like really a show that you can be excited to watch. You can see it right here, the violinist coming through, and he's not waiting. Oh no, he's actually waiting out the Postman and trying to get the 4 survivor elimination, trying to find if the Gravekeeper is somewhere near the dungeon, which only makes sense because there are still 3 Cypher machines up. What we can expect is that the Postman... Yeah, go ahead.
He's showing them respect. He's like, I'm still gonna play you like I would. And so that's why he's moving around, he's going for it. You know, and I can appreciate that.
While we are spectating this real quick, I want to ask the audience, let's be real, hands down. How many of you understand the map group layout system that Persuade is talking about? How many of you? I want to see the chat. I want to feel not as stupid as I probably am.
You're not stupid, but the group map layout is very important for people who really want to learn how to kite well and transitional kite. And ever since the devs incorporated it in, they incorporated that in so players could be better informed, especially with early game transitions and early game kites. And up until this tournament, nobody is really, other than former MCs that we've done together, we really haven't talked about certain numbers and group layouts, which are going to change, by the way. But those group layouts are very important. And that's my way of reminding the players that if you can memorize choke points and spawn points, you will do a better job at kiting. Especially, there's a lot of teams who didn't make it here today. There's a lot of teams who didn't make it here this weekend. Over 35 teams that didn't make it today, and you can bet your butt that they're going to continue practicing and trying the best that they can in order to get here next time. And that's one of the things that you really got to learn, is that ability to know where the hunter is, the group layout. I expect any team that I coach to understand all the group layouts and numbers, and I expect them to call that out in the beginning of every single match, minus a few spawns like Lakeside Cornfield. Very difficult to call out.
And I definitely have to. It's okay. It's okay. I definitely have to agree on that. As much as I made fun of the map group layout just because I don't know the spawn points yet, I think that the devs implementing that feature for everyone to learn the spawn points is a fantastic move. So everyone can get better in a really good way. When I first saw that they were bringing this feature, I was super excited about it. Not because I wanted to learn it, but because I wanted to... I mean, at least I'm honest. I know that I can remember so many group layouts on so many maps, but I totally understand that this is something that a lot of people want to know, especially high-tier players, if they want to, as you already mentioned, rotate, if they want to know where the hunter most likely is and where the teammates most likely are. And that really makes communication better. If everyone in the team knows which layout is played, everyone knows where they are, everyone knows the step of the teammate, and everyone knows what they have to do, pretty much. So it's making it extremely easier for everyone to learn how to get better. So I was calling you out on that. I maybe making a little bit of fun, but I want to mention that I think it's a great feature.
Yeah, I'm used to your bullying, and it's something that I have learned to accept in our friendship. Because I'm a very passive guy. I'm not aggressive or vocal at all. So it's one of the things that I've learned to accept about you, and it's okay, Grizzly. We're all here for you at all moments and at all times. We appreciate you, even those moments as well.
Is that an intervention, or what is going on right now?
All right. Well, on that note, this is actually the perfect time to go to break. And Grizzly and I really, really appreciate you all joining with us for this tournament, seeing excellent gameplay from Potatoes, from CVC. Great job from the Potatoes. I believe that they moved to the next round. And great job trying to troll us with the character selection variation while we're trying to tell everybody who's being selected. And we're going to have a nice short break after this. So thank you, everyone.
just the moonlight lighting up my way. There's no escape, so I let the breeze embrace me. Like a curse upon me, I'm forced into the solitude. The longer, the more that I feel. No matter how much I try to break free, it's like a shadow over me. Oh, I need to run away. Need someone who's gonna stay aside and guide me to a safer place. Yeah, I need to run away. Hold me tight and lead the way out of dusk into the dawn. Could that be you? No matter how tall the climb, I'll conquer them all. All I want is just someone who's gonna catch me when I fall. So where are you now? I'm waiting for your sign, 'cause I want you by my side. Oh, I need to run away. Need someone who's gonna stay aside and guide me to a safer place. Yeah, I need to run away. Hold me tight and lead the way out of dusk into the dawn. Could that be you?
Killer, put your book down, young boy. The task of a killer is to hunt, it's the minute, one thing twice, pick you up on my shoulder, go to hell or in a car, like a cray, go insane, feel the pain, what a shame, think you bad when you climb, who could save you?
I got one third, Lordy, you first. I don't bad thing, you have no choice. Let me see, but be the road, beat, tie you up, hang you up, and cut you up. Find the first, but first, then I scare you off.
I don't wanna die, you're gonna kill me now. I won't give all of that for what I die. Of course, matter what, it's my lifeline. I want need, I'm getting, I can't stop me now.
Just hold my hand tight. No matter what, I'm sure we'll make it through. As long as I got you, it ain't gonna matter how the path is gonna be. Yeah, that's the truth. We're gonna be set free if you come and skate with me. We'll be free, free, free.
Welcome back to our next matches in the summer tournament for the North American European server. Next up, we're gonna see the fight between Vortex versus Riot. And I am super excited about these teams. But before we talk about this, I want to ask you a question that I was trying to ask before. When we talked about the upcoming patch notes, you mentioned the doctor buff or the doctor adjustment. To everyone who does not know what is coming for the doctor can basically now heal only 25% of the damage and is taking half the time to actually heal that. So basically, to heal half of the damage, you have to tap twice on the healing button. But that also means that if you're kiting around and you just want to heal once to take an additional hit, it will basically take half the time. You will have 0.75 damage after that. But it's going to change the way how the doctor is being played. And I think we're going to see more doctors in the future after this adjustment is coming. But of course, we have Persuable right here, the guy who knows like strategies and technical things. So what do you think about the doctor adjustment that is coming?
Well, just like you said, it can absolutely change the meta a little bit. We're going to see, especially rounds 3 through 5. I think that the doctor introduction with this change, actually, I don't even think the devs have actually specifically told me and told the public that it's to make Doctor a more Chitin-like character, specifically. It doesn't matter what you or I think. That's what the devs have suggested. Well, it does matter what we think, but in regards to the adjustment, that's the direction that the devs are going with that. And we're going to see how Doctor's adjustment is going to play. I think it's going to kill Photographer, to be honest with you. Any Photographer main will tell you that's definitely going to kill Photographer strategy. So we'll see how the meta changes, but remember, there's a lot of character adjustments that are coming, and we're going to see if any of them offset the others, including the Dream Witch nerf that's coming. Blood Queen is also being nerfed, or adjusted. I still think it's more of a nerf than an adjustment. So, but excellent question. And for those who are wondering, we are now seeing Vortex versus Riot. We see iAlien being the hunter. He's proven himself time and time again to be a very consistent top hunter in this game. And we're going to see how he does in this tournament. And we also have Vortex, a newer clan with a lot of old, experienced players. So what's going to happen, we are going to see. Why are you laughing? I thought I did a good job there. I thought like
you did a fantastic job.
No?
You did a great job. I was just expecting, and what is going to happen? I was like, all right, we're gonna go in full in-depth analysis on what is happening. We can already basically hear Persuable explaining the entire match before it even started, but then like, nah, we are going to see. But what we can already see is that we have the Seer ban and we are playing on the Arms Factory. Yeah, it's called Arms Factory. Dude, how did I? Yeah, the Arms Factory. It's a beautiful day to watch these high-tier players compete against each other. I really enjoyed today.
Can I just be honest with you?
You always can be honest with me.
I'm reading some of the Twitter comments and they're hysterical.
Dude, in the break right there that we had, like the 10-minute break that everyone was having and waiting for these matches to happen, I saw one tweet that was like, we should divide the Identity 5 community into Grizzly stands and Persuable stands. I tagged you and I was like, yeah, we should definitely do that. I stand Persuable.
And I'm like, I stand Gaming Grizzly. Persuable's garbage. But these guys have a good sense of humor, man. Like, what did that please stop saying dad jokes, but they were like, they were kind of kidding, but kind of being serious. I'm like, yo, dad jokes are supposed to be awful. It's supposed to be jokes that your dad say and you just start shaking your head. So Grizzly and I actually have made the choice to tell all of you who are commenting and responding to us right now on Twitter that we love you. And don't lose that sense of humor. We can play along with you as long as it's moderation. Good job. I'm glad we took time to acknowledge them. That's hysterical, Grizzly.
And I think that's the case for everywhere on social media. Like I'm watching on Instagram and I'm checking my Twitter. Dude, I think you guys are hilarious. Like we're just making our jokes and how Twitter just Twitter is coming up with their own jokes about us, and that's what I love. Oh,
Yeah, good.
That was a quick start. So I think we saw Dreamwitch, and I also think I should give you the opportunity to talk about the
You're
map group layout again.
This is the ruin layout, so there's going to be 2 people by factory and 1 by box. And so that's exactly what we're going to see with this Dreamwitch. And iAlien's Dreamwitch is very scary. So you guys are going to see some pretty good Dreamwitch players. And on top of that, I don't think she's using Patroller, though. She's using Blink. And by she, I don't mean iAlien. I mean the character. I always do that. He, iAlien, I believe, is using Blink.
She's not only dangerous, she's also extremely beautiful. Do you see that skin?
I'm trying not to be banned on YouTube right now.
Alright, great hit right there. Mechanic was able to juke one of the leeches hit right here, but is now being the first survivor that is getting hunted down. Great job from iAlien finding the Mechanic early game. We already saw this in matches before. Mechanic can bring a lot of decoding to the game, and that is exactly what you want to stop as.
Blink is up.
Oh, Blink is up. That's gonna be
Yeah,
dangerous.
So iAlien's doing a good job at setting up traps over here by factory, but Slick is really understanding I gotta make a lot of room here. Wait, does he get it? Beautiful move from iAlien here.
Mechanic is down as we already said. Oh, Mechanic was able to put up the doll. I haven't seen that. But that is still allowing the team to have another survivor kind of on the map that can decode.
He did a good job at isolating the Mechanic and understanding that, you know, you have a forward, a mercenary, a gravekeeper. So this is the main strategy in the Chinese professional leagues. So this is the correct lineup to use. But going against, this is actually the lineup, I believe, I'm going on the top of my head, that may have beaten one of the best hunters in the entire world, GRPPX. So it's really, you know, from here, good movement from Slick. And this, I think this is the main follower, but the leech is following suit on the other side. So there's not much that Mechanic could have done right there.
True. Great job from iAlien though. Great job from iAlien. Just concentrating on the Mechanic. Again, you want to bring that Mechanic out of the game and just putting pressure on the rest of the survivors at the same time, slowing down the decoding progress.
And what gets scary about Dreamwitch with these slow decoding layouts, so this is a slow decoding team, which is usually what's preferred in professional league. And Dreamwitch only gets more and more scary as the game goes on. So they really need to somehow get a rescue here where Slick can get away. And he's going to stun that main survivor, or that, whatever, the leech, in order to try to get away. But look at these
Dude,
setups.
look at this.
Yeah,
What?
iAlien's got, yep, that is amazing preparation. iAlien literally had a leech or the main follower in every direction. That's a crazy amount of coordination. No matter
It
where
really
you
is.
go, there's somebody after you.
Now we have to acknowledge Mechanic is down again, which means that if iAlien is able to bring the Mechanic to the rocket chair, that would mean that we have, okay, Doll is out of the game anyway. We now have a slower decoding progress as before because Mechanic is out of the game. The Doll can't be used anymore. 3 Cypher machines remaining though. 3 Cypher machines remaining though. They are doing a fantastic job there. Oh, the blink was not successful, but still going for the forward right here, who was getting healed. Surprise attacking the forward. Going down inside of the pallet.
One of the things the things to remember is that this is one of the strongest maps for Dreamwitch, if not the strongest match for Dreamwitch. So if you want to go against the Dream Witch, this is not the map that you want to go against them with. And again, we can obviously see some lag here, and I don't know if that's iAlien dealing with lag or if it's the server coming back to us. So that is something important that we need to tell people, that this is being broadcasted from somewhere else. You can see that 268 ping. So I just want you to know that when there's lag like that, I don't know if the overall stream is lagging or if that's the individual player. And I just want you guys to know that we're not avoiding the subject. We just don't know which one it could be. You still there, Grizzly?
Yes, great rescue. Yes, I am. You were doing.
I'm the one that
You were
gets
doing
concerned
great
with you now.
No. I just, I just enjoy hear you talk, especially when it's a Dream Witch, because Dream Witch is always making my brain hurt. Just watching the coordination of iAlien right here, it's a fantastic job. Just concentrating on the fort as well, avoiding the Gravekeeper. Gravekeeper was trying to body block with his skill. Fantastic job from iAlien, just focusing on the forward. And you can see it right here. Putting pressure on the rest of the survivors. Oh! Bringing down the Gravekeeper while actually being able to protect the down forward right here and bring him to the chair. That coordination. iAlien is really showing off what he can do with the Dream Witch, how dangerous the Dream Witch can be. And leeching the Gravekeeper who is down. We still have the Mercenary on the map. Mercenary is injured though. We can see the skills of the Hunter. We now know that he has Trump card.
So the big thing though here is Hunt. So you see that southeast corner or southwest corner. Sorry. So that's how we know that the skill set that's going to make the leeches run a lot faster. And so that's why we're seeing a lot of that movement speed on this build. And so this is a build that a lot of Dream Witch users use in that southwest corner. You can see that, after 10 seconds or 8 seconds of following a survivor without, taking anything down, it increases your movement speed by approximately 10%. And that's a nightmare to go against a Dream Witch on a small map. The real question, Grizzly, have you seen the Arms Factory adjustments, the changes?
I think I have seen it. They're gonna get rid of... Oh, nice stun, good stun. They're gonna get rid of one of the windows and they're gonna turn it into, I think, a door, right? And they're also gonna place a pallet somewhere around that area, if I'm not mistaken.
So I've reviewed... Wow, beautiful move from the Gravekeeper. Wow, that was extraordinary. That was extraordinary. What an amazing counter to the blink. Yeah, on Arms Factory, you should expect a hit right here. On Arms Factory, there's going to be a bunch of changes where they're getting rid of the anti-loop in the main factory. But in an area that we call No Man's Land, you're going to see a big, what we call T-wall that's going to be incorporated. And they're actually adding another pallet. So where iAlien's going right now, there's going to be right here will be no longer a window. It's going to be a door with a pallet. And then on the other side of this, towards the right of iAlien, there's going to be an additional pallet. So, and the cipher machines are changing. And so sometimes cipher machines won't be in what we call box, that's in the middle of the map. Not in the middle open, but where the 3 pallets are, where the walls are. And in a weird way, I actually think that this is going to benefit survivors. Because when the Arms Factory gets readjusted, they're going to change. Actually, so you see that dumpster where she was looking at? There's going to be another pallet over there. This area is just going to become stronger. Beautiful blink from iAlien. I genuinely think that the Arms Factory adjustment is going to benefit survivors more. Only because there's going to be more kiting area. Yeah, you get rid of that full anti-loop, but you're adding weapons on other parts of the map and you're spreading out the ciphers. It's actually going to be more difficult, in my humble opinion, for hunters. And that's just my opinion based on looking at it and practicing on the China server. So excellent job from iAlien right there, securing that victory. Really showing you how scary Dream Witch can be on the Arms Factory map.
Yeah, Great job. And what we saw was the 4 survivor elimination, which means that Riot iAliens team is receiving 5 points for that first match in round number 1. That also means that Vortex needs to come in with a 4-man elimination as well to counter that first match and to tie for the first round. That means that Riot knows that they basically only need to get 1 survivor out of the game to win the first round. But obviously they want to bring out as many survivors as possible, because in the case of a tie, we're gonna have to look at the points. But this is already putting Riot in a really good situation for round number 1 right here. That iAlien with the dream match right there. I already said it during the match. My brain is probably just not. You said no. I'm just thinking back, and you
Just
said
say it. You know what I said. Let's just be honest.
Chrisley,
Just say it.
you just need to put the effort in, and you can learn. I still don't believe you. I still don't believe that I could manage that kind of multitasking on a hunter side. No.
So this is actually an important subject that I'm not going to get into, but a lot of college students that I first discussed, they say that there's no way that they could become nurses or engineers. There's no way that they could get into those hard sciences, but if you put your brain to it and you put your time and you apply your knowledge to it, as long as it interests you, you can absolutely learn it. I disagree with that, but maybe I have more confidence in you than what you have in yourself, which is okay, because that's why I'm your best friend. And one day you'll be the best man at my wedding. So, that's why we have each other's back. Boo boo.
I can't wait for that day, but I can agree on that statement. If you really put your heart and the effort into to learn something, you can basically achieve everything in life. But me learning Dreamwitch, I have to disagree. I have to disagree. Like everyone can learn everything, but Chrisley learning Dreamwitch, that's the thing that is.
So there's actually different strategies with Dreamwitch depending on your ping. There is the blink strategy, and then there's the patroller strategy with Dreamwitch. And as a Dreamwitch player, what you do you want me to explain this to you? It takes a little bit, but we have time, I think.
Yeah, sure. Give me the explanation.
You want me to explain it? Really? So when you're a Dreamwitch and you go up to a survivor, what you do is you hold down the curse mark, and you hold it down so you give your follower enough time to catch up. And then you release your curse mark in an area that you think that the survivor may go in. You shut off their route, and then you try to hit them with your main follower. All right? So main follower is coming. You release your curse mark. They say, oh, wow, I got cursed. I got to move. By the time they do it, your spawn is already caught up to them. When you hit them with your main follower, okay, from there it depends on if you use blink or if you use patroller. And patroller is actually a very favorable strategy, but if you have bad ping, you can't really use it. But if you have good ping, then what you can do is you can use patroller to not only patroller with the main body and allow your leech to catch up, hit with your leech, and then go in for to pick them up, and you just re-leech with your main body because you leeched them 30 seconds earlier. What's also a good strategy with Dream, which is that when you use patroller, you can also prevent the rescue. You patroller a mercenary so that they can't get the rescue before halfway mark, and if they do, you force them to do an early rescue, which allows you to kill them faster. Or in this case, iAlien says, you know what, I don't want to use patroller. It can be a little laggy at times, or it doesn't work for me, or sometimes people can counter it with that whole pallet maneuvering, so I'm just going to go with that blink strategy. You can do it.
Man, why does this always happen to me? Like, as soon as I see this top tier gameplay, and as soon as someone like you is explaining to me how you can be a good player with a certain character, I kind of want to play Dreamwitch now. Like, just because of that explanation. Because it sounds like that would even work for me. Okay,
you can do it.
Maybe I'm gonna,
I mean, again, it's also going to depend on the connection, right? Because, even using blink can be very difficult if you get a little bit of that spotty connection. And I acknowledge that too. But Dreamwitch is really good. But in my opinion, Dreamwitch is now this is where people will disagree with me. When you use Dreamwitch against a slow decoding team, the idea is that you need to be able to kite longer. And on a map like Arms Factory, that's difficult. But if you go against a team that are all regular kiters and they don't go in for the first rescue and only 1 second rescue, you can usually tie the match. So it depends on the strategies that are employed, but typically you see the better kiter, slow decoder compositions because of Dream Witch and because of Blood Queen, which is actually making it easier for all of the other hunters to do their job. A lot of top tier survivors are picking these great kiters, slow decoding composition so they can kite longer against, the Blood Queens, the Dream Witches. And when people choose that comp, it makes it easier for a clown to do their job. Makes it easier for a violinist to do their job. And I shouldn't say easier. I shouldn't say easier, Grizzly. I should just say that if they don't do well in the first 60 seconds, there is not as much of a consequence as going against normal decoders, but a lot of normal decoding characters can struggle other than Perfume and possibly Seer against these sort of hunters.
Makes sense. So what we can see right here is, again, the Arms Factory. Seer is the band survivor. We have the Mercenary, the Forward, as well as the Mechanic and the Gravekeeper. I want to mention it for the viewers again. First match was a 5-point match for Riot. That means that Vortex, on the Hunter side, Toxic Noob, needs to get a 4 survivor elimination in this match right here to actually tie for the first round. And it's going to be very, very interesting, especially going against Riot. Again, Riot knows that they only need 1 survivor getting out of there, getting through the exit gate, and they probably will do everything in their might, in their abilities to get at least 1 survivor out of there. But again, they will also most likely try to get more than 1 survivor out of there. What we can see, Toxic Noob, again, this is the first round. We have no Hunter bans. That means we can see a Bloody Queen for the first round. It seems like that Persuader is having some technical issues, so I'm going to explain to you the map group layout number. I'm not even pretending that I know anything that he is talking when he is talking about these layouts, but what we can see is that he is going into the right direction. He's already seeing Mistaken Queen, or at least going into the direction of Mistaken Queen. And what the Bloody Queen, what Toxic Noob wants to do right here, again, is to go for the Mechanic early game, wants to bring down the Mechanic, wants to slow down the decoding speed of this entire team. Because we can see we have Forward, Mercenary, Gravekeeper, and they're heavily relying on the decoding speed of the Mechanic. Toxic Noob doing a fantastic job, circling around, sees the Mercenary behind her or behind him, and just acknowledge.
Question is the Mechanic going to be able to hide? Mechanic was right there, and Toxic Noob has decided to stick with that. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Ooh, so close. If he gets this doll down, though, he's going to be able to see exactly where Mechanic is, which is directly behind him towards Shack Ruins. There we go.
Oh, great job with the mirror as well. Cutting off the exit route of the Mechanic. Doing a great job.
Beautiful
There comes
hit.
the first
Wow.
hit. Can be, bringing down the doll as well, can be extremely difficult, especially since she hit the doll for the second time. There is no Mechanic doll in the game anymore, which already slows down the decoding speed, the chances of bringing down Cypher machines faster on the survivor side. Such a great job.
This area right here is where it's getting buffed. This area here would have a T-wall as well as a pallet. So that's happening eventually. I don't know when, but it's happening. And that's one of the adjustments we were talking about with Arms Factory. So right there where QC was, QC would have more to kite with. And that's one of the adjustments that we were speaking about earlier.
And what we can see right here is Toxic Noob bringing the Mechanic to the chair. Again, Toxic Noob already brought down the doll of the Mechanic, so there's no additional character on the map that could decode right there. And also we have to say, Vortex needs to get the 4 survivor elimination. So far, they're doing a fantastic job. We can see that Riot is rescuing with the Mercenary. Great rescue, dashing away. Nice blink, going for the Mercenary, but eventually concentrating on the Mechanic.
Definitely. Another thing that should be noted, Toxic Noob has been a top hunter for a long time, but if I recall correctly, Toxic Noob has been gone from the game for a little bit. And so Toxic Noob came back to support their friends and be able to play. But Toxic Noob did take a little bit of a break. So Toxic Noob is here very, very rusty. And he'll admit that. He's a very, very good friend of mine. And so, I asked him, why did you return? And he's like, I need to support my friends. My friends want to be in the tournament. I've been going for a little bit, but I'll come back. I'll give it my best effort. And I know I'm not going to be up to my 100% normal self, but I'll give it my best effort. And he also understands Riot is a very, very difficult team to go against. I mean, Alex is an amazing player. Mistaken Green, one of my most favorite players in Identity 5. QC on top of the leaderboards all the time. And iAlien too. iAlien is just a really, really dangerous hunter to go against.
I think that's a great reason to come back.
Oh, I'm
to the
sorry.
game.
iAlien's on. I started reading Vortex, and then. Oh yeah, I was right. All right. I was talking about why Riot was dangerous. Okay, I'm like, wait, what am I doing?
And I think what you just described is a great reason to come back to a game, and it just shows off how connecting this game is. So coming back to support friends in this tournament. That's a beautiful reason to me. And what we can see right here, Toxic Noob is doing a fantastic job. Mechanic is out of the game, was on the chair for the third time, but Riot was able to pop the last Cypher machine. We have the forward right there. Toxic Noob sees the forward, but it might be extremely difficult for Team Vortex to actually get more than 2 survivors out of there.
Fantastic job. That's in the words of Grizzly. Fantastic job. Absolutely, certainly.
Absolutely, exactly. And there we go. We have the Mercenary as well, the Gravekeeper going through the exit gate, making this match a tie, but in the end, deciding the entire round number 1 for Riot with 7 points to 2 points for Vortex.
This just shows you why Riot is going to be a very scary, very, very scary team. I believe that they just assembled relatively recently, so the more experience, if these guys can stick together and continue practicing even beyond this tournament, it's going to be a very scary matchup for any team. They're survivors. We talk about iAlien as a hunter. Their survivors are very dangerous. And the other thing to remember is Vortex is a very new clan as well with very good experienced players.
Mm-hmm.
That's your cue, Grizzly.
Okay, well, we can see.
When I take a moment to breathe, like I try to breathe, and then that's when you go in, and then you give your So just
yeah. Okay. So we saw the stats. We had the Gravekeeper coming through with a lot of decoding since the mechanic was under pressure, but we also saw the kiting time. Kiting time was the Bloody Queen was not getting kited around for that long. She was doing a great job. In the end, they were able to tie both teams. Did a fantastic job. We just saw 2 points are on Vortex side right now for round number 1, as well as 7 points for Riot. That is putting Riot into the advantages.
They are.
They are, yeah, exactly. And
They call me the Merc.
they I'm excited to
I'm
see
all for the
round
work.
number 2. But for now, we're gonna jump into a little break. As always, I'm excited to see what is coming next, and we will send you off to a 5 minutes break.
Where the hell Ember at? He better get barbed wire, Gorilla Glue.
Where the hell am I? Welcome back to round number 2 of Vortex versus Riot. Extremely excited for this match. We already had Riot coming through with the first victory in round number 1. Did you just open a bottle right next to your microphone?
No, it was
Why
canned
didn't-
air. I thought it was like gonna
What?
be. Yeah, I don't know. I've canned air because I was cleaning my computer, but I thought like it would like blow over the screen and then it would like look. I don't know. It didn't. So it failed. That was my biggest thing for this stream. Like I was really like I've been thinking about this all day doing this, and it did nothing except apparently sounding like I'm opening up a can of
I
soda.
want to see some. I want to see some claps. I want to see some chi for persuade this effort on making this stream entertaining. Great effort.
Why do you look so good and then like that other person said, I look like the android of Twitter right now. Like and then you're taller than me. I'm telling you that the admins are literally trying to make you look more handsome than me. And I know that they're doing it. I know for a fact that you told them like before I like make sure, persuadable, it looks fuzzy and stuff. I'm
Who
on to you,
told
dude.
you
I know
that?
what's going on. I know what's going on.
told
I
you
would
that?
never do that to you. I'm a good friend.
I mean, let's be real. Like, they could put you up a little bit more, and you could be like on the same position. But like, we all know it's way more funny for everyone. Like to have like little persuadable. You're baby persuadable. Yeah, exactly.
What?
Like, look like there's food on the table, and you can barely see it.
Look at this. Like, yeah, but like yours is the whole thing, and my head gets like cut off. Look at this. Look at this. You're just jealous of my hair because I don't have to dye it. This is all natural.
That's me.
Look,
That's
see?
me. Hey, I am persuadable. Welcome back to the stream.
I'm not that tall. I'm not. You're confusing me
head-
for Schmitty. Yeah.
But my head is cut off.
I don't. And this is my last MC gig.
No, it's not, dude. I'm gonna force you to do another one.
Yeah. Oh man, you can tell we're much more relaxed in the first week. You know that?
Yeah,
We're just like whatever. Like we're in the final stretch. Like whatever. We're just gonna say what we want when we want.
Let's just go through it. Let's have fun, and
I mean,
doesn't
you know
matter
what?
what it is.
Honestly, that's actually an important point. That's actually a very important point. Just chill. Go out there, whatever. Just say whatever. We're in the final stretch. What's up, NetEase? How you guys doing?
I hope you're happy that you got us for the MCing.
Yeah. Oh,
Netty's been
I'm glad
watching right now, and they're like, "Oh."
I'm glad they have
geez.
poor taste.
They're like, "Oh, we made a mistake right there."
No, they know what they're getting into, though. That's actually the great thing about them, though. In all fairness, they never tell us not to act like ourselves. Like for real, Grizzly, they have never in any tournament that we've ever emceed ever. Obviously they say don't swear. Obviously, this is common sense. But other than that, they just be yourself, say whatever you want to say, and that's what I like about it. There's not as much pressure just coming on here and just being able to say whatever comes to your mind.
Especially since we are just content creators. In the end, we are just enjoying the game as everyone else. Everyone who is watching, that we basically play the game as much as you do. Maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. Depends.
I got a message from them. Can you ask Grizzly how often he has to dye his hair? Grizzly,
Dude, why are they asking me this question all the time?
NetEase wants to know how often you have to dye your hair blonde.
Yeah, they ask me this. I don't know for what reason they are asking me that, but it's like, what? Make a guess. Make a guess.
Every 3 weeks. Every 3 weeks.
Actually,
every 3 weeks. Is that true? 3 weeks.
that is not true. That is not true.
What is it?
It's rather like 2 months to 3.
Wow,
Like-
really?
Yeah, like I'm taking my time. I'm taking my sweet time, but you can see my hairline. You can see my normal natural hair color growing out. But the good
I
thing
actually
is,
can't see anything. I can see Bloody Queen being banned though.
That's true. That's true. And Priestess and Mercenary seem to be the
What
bands.
what inspired you to do that?
I don't know, dude. I mess around with stuff, and I'm like, dude, I want to. Let's just jump into a bucket of bleach and let's see what happens. No, that's.
Oh, so you
I want.
do you
I don't
bleach
want.
it?
Yeah, of course. Like I have dark hair.
Oh, I did. No. I'm being honest. First of all, NetEase guys didn't want me to ask that question. Second of all, I didn't know how like you did it. If there was like a certain process, but does that damage your hair over the long run, or is it something that you're? I really don't know.
I want to make this an official statement from my side. I do not recommend anyone to bleach their hair because yes, my hair is basically like hay. It's hay and that's it. It's like gone. It's dead. It's not good, but you know it kind of looks cool and I'm getting older too,
Yeah.
and I want to be one of the hip kids. And
You have great hair. You stop that. You have great hair.
yeah, so it definitely damages the hair, and I just do it because I enjoy it. I like it. I think it looks
you
good
go.
on me.
You know what, Grizzly? You could do anything, and it would look good on you. You're one of those type of people. I don't care. It's the last weekend. I don't care. I'm gonna say whatever I want. And
Yes,
we
you
can see
can.
we got that Blood Queen. I almost said Blood Queen nerf, and it's like, nope, not yet. Soon, Blood Queen band. We got that Priestess and Mercenary band. We may see Bomb Bomb, but the two things that we can talk about: Gravekeeper. You know what? I'm not saying
No,
anything until the check mark.
just don't.
No. I see. I've been doing good this whole entire tournament day, and this is why I don't do
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
and remember, the reason why Bonbon doesn't take out Seer all the time, if Toxic Noob does decide to stick with Bonbon, is because the bomb takes out that owl.
Yeah.
They call me the Merc. I'm all for the work. If I fall, it won't hurt. I'll stall to divert his attention. Other the escape, if it gets me down, I crawl in the dirt.
I didn't even have to ask, dude. I was like, during the stream, I'm gonna ask you to perform a live performance of your song that you put up on YouTube, which I absolutely love, by the way. Dude, you killed it on that song. And I was hoping
I
for a
have
live
two more.
performance. I don't even need to ask for that.
I actually have 2 more Identity 5 songs and another song in the works. Actually, I have 4 songs. 2 songs are done, and then I have 2 Identity 5 songs that I'm working on. Do you want a sneak peek of the song that I'm working on for Identity 5?
I
It's
want
called-
a sneak peek.
It's called I'm the Random. So everyone who complains about randoms, I take the position of me being that random, and I just go off. And we'll see how it works out, man. It takes a long time to come out with music. And again, what map is this? Is this Sacred Heart? Yeah, I think this is Sacred Heart. Right? Am I losing my mind
Yep.
here? No, it's Sacred Heart. Okay, yeah, there we go. Now I am oriented. This is called the Group 5 layout. So he's going to spawn in that open area, and he's going to move his way towards Shack because 2 people usually spawn over here.
We can see his Toxic Noob throwing a few bombs in to just interrupt decoding. Going for might be able to spot the mechanic
Wow,
early.
good.
That's a good find. Really good find.
Yeah.
Again, we can only say this over and over again. Mechanic is a survivor that brings a lot of decoding to the game, and just finding that mechanic early game. He's waiting. Oh, he's blocking the way. Good job. Great job taking that pallet. He knows that he kind of has the time because he still needs to wait for the owl to disappear. And cutting off the ways with the bombs. Trying
That
to,
hit.
yeah, hit
Good.
him. Yeah, fantastic job.
Yeah.
Trying to connect these bombs. Look at that. Forcing her to go around,
Close.
forcing her to not throw down the pallet.
Remember
Great.
too that until he hits that point, till he just hit that point on the persona, it is very difficult
Oh, he did
to
not hit the
throw
dog.
your bombs down because it's a lot slower. So he decided to just wait. Beautiful move. He decided to just wait for the owl. He didn't want to start throwing bombs down. He's throwing that down in case the forward is nearby. He didn't want to start throwing those bombs down to take out the owl and then lose his bombs. Remember, in the beginning of the game, his bombs spawn very, very slowly until you reach that first benchmark on the persona. So that's why he waited it out. And it was a good move from the Bonbon.
It really was. It really was. He did a fantastic job. He was, while hunting down the mechanic, he was also bringing on the doll that could have been a potential decoder. Fantastic job. And wait, did I miss? Did I miss that he was bringing down the mechanic doll again? Like, mechanic is not having her ability anymore. Did I miss that? Ooh, nice. Trying to stop the dash from the forward with the bombs.
Ooh, is he going to stop this? Is he going to stop it? There we go. He's going to throw another one down, and then he's going to swing.
Ooh,
And then it's going to
that's
hit
gonna be
him.
difficult.
Oh, he got
Great
the
rescue.
rescue.
Great rescue, though. Great timing on the bombs. Fantastic jobs from Toxic, but
Great
still Ford was
MC
able
in.
to rescue. Huh?
MC predicted what was going to happen right there. Where's my... No? Nothing? No, good job, Persuadable. That was very
Wait,
good,
wow,
MC.
wow.
I see you. I'm just saying, I see you compliment the survivors all the time. I don't get any compliments from you anymore. Now that we've been friends for so long, they're just deteriorating.
Wow,
You
Persuadable, fantastic. Great.
You're getting lazy in this friendship.
Dude, I was literally asking you if I missed that the mechanic stall was going down for a second time, and you were just dead silent and didn't answer me at all. You want a compliment for that? For ignoring my question, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
Ooh.
Sometimes it's funny.
All right, so what we can
that
see-
move was. Why
Yeah,
did you
I
blink?
don't know either. I don't know either. Maybe it was a mistap, maybe it was a little bit laggy, maybe we just don't know. But what we know is that he's doing a fantastic job following the Ford right here. Ford actually, Cypher Pop was coming through. Cypher Pop was happening since he had distance between himself and the Hunter. Fantastic job. We can see that they are trying to get away right here. They are trying to split up. We have the Ford on this gate, and we can see Gravekeeper and Seer are transitioning over to the other side of the map, which means that Ford right now is giving the rest. Oh, wait. We have the Gravekeeper coming in, who will most likely try to body block. Now we can also see we have the dungeon right here.
Oh, beautiful
Ooh.
move.
Great job. Exit gate is almost open.
Yeah, he's gonna shut them
trying-
out from any of. Yeah.
Yeah.
This makes sense.
Yeah.
Put him over here and make sure. And this is going to be a tie.
Good job from Toxic Noob right there, making this a tie. Great team play on Riot's side as well. Great Cypher Pop. I was not expecting that, but it made a lot of sense. Just getting the Ford away and Ford just, giving the rest of the team enough time to open up the exit gate. Great job. It is a tie. That also means that Vortex needs to get 3 survivors through the gate.
Good job.
I know.
I love it. I love doing that too. I don't care. We're in the final 3 days.
And then you're calling me out that I don't give you enough compliments, but you're just giving me random compliments at any time. Like, yeah, good job. Like, I did nothing.
Whatever.
You're good.
Final 3 days. Whatever. Don't care. Whatever. Final stretch. I don't care. I don't care, Grizzly. I'm having a good time. I'm doing this
I'm
for me
having a
now.
good time. Yeah, you should do that, especially since you only have half a head. Why am I doing this? Why am I trying? Like, I'm sorry. I appreciate you on my side right here. I have a lot of fun too. It makes a lot of fun being here with you.
In the arms of an angel, fly. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just listening to music as you just continue to roast me. It's clear that the honeymoon phase of our friendship is well over. And, what I have to admit is I'm very happy for all the players and all of the viewers. But what I have learned after this tournament is you, as an individual, you're taking me for granted, and we're no. I can't. You know,
No,
honestly, it's been
keep going.
you're taking me for granted, and you know, Grizzly, what I can tell you is that from my position, I come from a position of empowerment. I empower my friends. I motivate them. If they tell me that they want to climb Mount Everest, I don't tell them that they are unable to do. What I tell them is when, where, and what do you need from me. Whereas what Grizzly says is, how are you going to climb Mount Everest when your head doesn't even fit in the webcam on, live feed? So it's fine. It's just different perspectives, different philosophies, and real friendship is about being able to appreciate each other, regardless of those sort of viewpoints and philosophical differences. So it's okay.
The thing is, I
Yep.
can't even disagree.
Oh man, we were so much more relaxed in week one. I love
As much
this.
as I want to disagree, like I can't. You are a really positive man. I really
Not
appreciate you
not
for that.
always. That's not true. Thank you though.
But you know what I mean. And I really appreciate that.
Yo, you've
And
seen my feisty side.
that's true too. That's true too.
Yeah, that exists. Let's be real. That's a thing that most of you now know. But here's my question to you, Grizzly. Who is Alien going to choose?
That's such a good question. That's such a good question. I think we might see.
I think it's going to depend on the ban. Who do you ban? Ban Dream Witch. He's got Blood Queen. You
I think
ban
we're
you
gonna.
ban Blood Queen. He's got Dream Witch.
I think that's exactly what I was thinking about. I think we're gonna see a ban of the Dreamwitch, especially since Dreamwitch was coming through with an extremely strong 4 survivor elimination in round number 1. And I think Vortex is going to ban and the Dreamwitch, not going to play against that Dreamwitch again. And I that's at least my prediction right here. So we could definitely expect to see a Bloody Queen. We are on Arms Factory, which would make sense. It's who are you going to ban? Let's be real. If you're facing Alien, you said it. If you're banning the Dream,
I think we're on Sacred Heart though.
oh yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
So
Okay,
if I was them, I'd probably ban Blood Queen on a Sacred Heart.
okay,
And
yeah, you're right.
hope
You're
that
right.
your team, yeah, Dream Witch is still very powerful, but I'd rather get rid of Bloody Queen on a, rotation
on the wrong map.
732.
I was I was on the wrong map in my head. Yeah, it's rotation 469. Please don't mess up the rotations. I know that you learned all of them. I know that you know the right ones, and I know that you're just teasing me.
I
By
don't know. I'll tell you, I don't know Ever Sleep in Town still. We got to practice that after the tournament. We got to practice Ever Sleep in Town a lot. I know nothing about Leo's memory. Not Leo's memory. I know those spawns now. That's difficult though. I know nothing about Golden Cave, White Sand Asylum, or whatever that map is called. I can't stand that map. I can't stand that map. Don't know anything about that map, so don't know all of them. Just the main ones for the tournament.
All right, so talking about the bans real quick, we are on, you're right, the Sacred Heart Hospital. So we are seeing a Seer ban and a Priestess ban, which makes a lot of sense since Priestess can be extremely strong on the Sacred Heart Hospital map. We saw it during this tournament. A really good utilized Priestess can just bring so much to the team. Seer, obviously, with the Seer's out can prolong a kite by 1 hit, which is extremely powerful. So these are reasonable bans. We see Bloody Queen is banned. We are still waiting for Alien to pick the Hunter. I don't want to make any predictions. I don't really know. We saw the Dream Witch. I could think of a Dream Witch again, but we could also see a very different Hunter. And on the Survivor side, I'm not talking about the Survivors until they're readying up. That's just like rule number 1 during this tournament. Gravekeeper. We are seeing quite some Gravekeeper during this tournament. I'm happy. I'm really happy about that.
I really thought that the canned air would have some sort of smoke effect. Do I gotta shake it first? I don't know. What were you saying, Grizzly? Sorry. What? You're saying it didn't work. I'm embarrassed. Dude, I
It's
literally
fine.
thought about this all day. No, I thought about it all day. You don't even understand.
Dude, man, it's hilarious.
Think about it.
I appreciate you for that. That's
No,
like you
that
don't
doesn't
like
work.
it's canned air. It's canned air. It's literally air. It's not smoking.
Yeah,
or
but
anything.
if you put it against your computer too fast, it turns white.
Yeah, no, I was saying that I appreciate that we are seeing the Gravekeeper more often during this tournament. What is your opinion on that, Persuadable?
Just feel like if you shake it, canned air should be like some sort of like a. What was your question? My bad. What was your question? See, it's Dreamwish. Yeah, exactly. What was your question? Gravekeeper.
I
Yeah,
kinda
we should
want
say. I
to-
told you. I told you he's underrated.
I want canned air now.
Hey, it's good for cleaning your computer. You got to be over the age of 18 to buy it though. Use it responsibly. Okay. Let's see what we're going to be. This is, I already know, Group 4. This is Group 4. He's going to go exactly straight. There's going to be one person that may transition to hospital and somebody that spawns in between Forest and Big Statue. You actually see Mechanic going into where I just said she would go into, and you see Gravekeeper going to where I said, oh my god, I was right. Can you believe that?
Wow, amazing, good job. But you're usually right, so I was not really surprised about that. And what we saw with the Gravekeeper, he was throwing down the pallet. Cut to, all right, there we go. This is giving away the location of the Mechanic, which is giving the Dream Witch a really, really good target to go after. We already said several times, Mechanic is always the pick that you want to go for first, especially with the doll and the decoding speed that she's bringing to the team. But we also, I want to say, the Gravekeeper, want to mention the Gravekeeper's move. He was throwing down the pallet early that he would use to kite around by using his skill, Dream Witch. Obviously, IL obviously called it out and was like, nah, I'm not going for the Gravekeeper. That is going to waste way too much time early game. And really concentrating on the Mechanic, as you can see.
So a usual strategy with Dream Witch is that if the survivor is too far away, you actually make your main follower, run away from you. But watch this. It's going to come right up. Oh, wow. Got the stun. That was a very, very important moment for the Mechanic. Very important. But the spawn follower is going to come after. And here we go.
Oh.
We see the blink being used.
Nice.
Oh, I was able to dodge it. Wow.
Getting away right there.
Very
such a
important
good
moment
blink.
in this match.
That was such a good blink, but Mechanic was just able to dodge it and getting over the pallet right there, getting away from her. Ooh.
Hey, Dream Witch can be difficult on Sacred Art, especially with some of these routes here. Yeah, anyway, so then Dream Witch is doing the best they can, brings both over here. One of them's going to get the hit for sure, and then Leech is going to follow through. So the follower who's the Leech, where's the Leech at? Yeah, Leech is getting ready. Let's see, Slick's going to go upstairs. Mechanics are going to go upstairs, one of the strongest spots. They're already down to 3 ciphers, but remember, a Dream Witch is very scary late game. Very, very scary late game. So this match is not anywhere near over, but the doll is still hiding for the Mechanic, which means that they can still operate it once they go down.
Also want to mention that it was a fantastic multitasking job from Alien right here. Bringing 3 leeches into position to just cut off all waste for the Mechanic to get away right there. Great job. Hitting the Mechanic. But you already said we are down to 3 Cypher machines. I'm really curious to see the Cypher progress on the other Cypher machines. But we still have 3 survivors on the map. We also have the doll that could potentially bring in a lot of decoding speed. Okay, let's see what is going on right here. We have the forward coming through for rescue, dodging the hits. There we go
Wow,
for taking
beautiful
rescuing the
move.
Mechanic.
He's going to get that. He tried.
Great
It's very
job,
difficult
great job.
for a forward. Very difficult for a forward against a Dream Witch. Dream Witch is pretty much a counter to a forward, to be honest. Your entire role as a forward changes when you go against a Dream Witch. How you play as forward against a Wu Chang versus the Dream Witch is very different.
There you can see he's just bringing more dolls in here just to block off that stun, and oh, mechanics still
And
up.
that's why. Very difficult. Very difficult. Your role changes as a forward against a good Dream Witch.
Tried to hit her again. Was wasting quite some time though. Great job. But as
He's
you
got
already said,
football. He's going to use it. Good. That's one of the biggest deficits with forwards is not knowing when they need to use their football. And we can see that he changed to abnormal.
ooh, that can be dangerous. That is really slowing down the game for the
I
survivors.
told you, Dream Witch late game can be very devastating depending on the circumstances. So they need to come up with something.
Trying to
He's
bait
trying
the
to-
hits
he-
right there.
Yeah, he's trying to bait a hit. He's not trolling. He's trying to bait a hit. Good juke. They got a
Great
dance
patience,
there. They
great
got a dance.
patience.
They got
Ah,
oh, beautiful
good
move
job.
from my alien.
Fantastic try from the mercenary to body block right there and just taking that hit for the mechanic. But Alien concentrating on the mechanic, and that is also the, I think, third time for the mechanic on the rocket chair. But look at the Cypher machines. One Cypher machine remaining. We have to keep in mind that there is abnormal on Alien's leeches, so he can slow down the decoding progress on all Cypher machines. But it's gonna be, dude, that is some multitasking masterwork right here.
My question, Grizzly, even if they tie it, does that go to round?
If they're tying, if they're tying, we're gonna see round 3. That would be something that I would absolutely love to see. Because if a tie is happening, we have to tie on the entire round number 2. So that allows us to go into round 3. Dude, Vortex might come back. That would be absolutely fantastic to see. They're trying to get rid of all the leeches. Great move. But also dangerous, I am so curious to see the Cypher machine progress right now, but it seems like Alien is actually protecting a few Cypher machines, making it really, really difficult for the survivors to pop that last Cypher or to even bring it anywhere near to 100%. Right now, Mercenary, I think, was at 18 at one Cypher machine. Alien is taking his time.
Alien's doing a great job at monitoring these ciphers because all 3 of them
Yep.
are on the same side of the map.
And he's doing a fantastic job. He's really taking his time, and he knows that he can just break the ciphers. He needs to protect the cipher machines, and he has time. He can bring down one survivor, and they can rescue as long as they are not able to pop the cipher machine. He can take his sweet time, and he can... There we go. Forward is down.
Great hit against that forward by that pallet. I come
Look
over
at
here
that
by the
pressure.
cipher, yeah, to continue pressure. It's gonna continue abnormal on it.
Yeah. Great job. As I already said, he's taking his time and he's making it extremely difficult for the survivors to bring down another cipher machine. He has leeches all around the map. It's extremely difficult at this point. Oh, we can see abnormal yet again. Just slowing it down. Gravekeeper knows that the main body is there, therefore transitioning out a little bit. Probably.
This
Nope.
is a good move from my alien because he understood that all of the ciphers were right next to each other. So that's when you're going to use something like abnormal, and that really benefited alien in the long run. You know, if the ciphers are stretched out, then you don't always want to go abnormal. Sometimes it's easier to stick to teleport, etc., because the ciphers will eventually be popped. But when they're this close to each other, it's much more easily manageable. And so it was the correct trait. It was definitely the correct trait. But remember, the more times he uses the abnormal, the less likely it works. So it'll work, but that's been changed. It's going to get reduced more and more in terms of the progress. But Alien's in a very, very good position here. If one more is eliminated, isn't the tournament over for today?
No. Then it would still be open for a tie. Okay, last effort is coming in. He's going to rescue the mercenary right there. Was body blocking as well. As far as I can tell, was taking the hit for the mercenary. Again, we are down to one Cypher machine. As you said, the abnormal is being reduced by every hit that he is giving to the Cypher machines. But still, that is slowing down the game a lot.
Oh, I see what you mean. He has to eliminate 2 people.
He has to...
Because this is round 2. So if he eliminates 2 people, last round was a tie, right?
Yes. In total, he needs to eliminate 3 people.
I'm getting old.
Yeah, don't worry. It's fine. If we're gonna see a tie, we're gonna see a 3rd round. That's all that matters right now. So what we can basically see is obviously Vortex wants to win this round, but if they can't win it, they at least want to make it a tie so they can proceed into a 3rd round. And they are doing a great job. As well as Alien. It's back and forth. It's back and forth. We can see, alright, Mercenary is taking the hit right there. It is back and forth. It's just difficult for both sides. But Alien putting a lot of pressure on the survivors. Gotta admit that. That abnormal is really stretching out the game and giving the survivors a difficult time to bring down the last Cypher machine. As you can clearly see, they're going down, they're taking turns on the rocket chair. They are trying their best to protect each other and to rescue each other. But after all, Ford got sent back to the manor. This is a really, really tough situation for the survivors. They still need to bring down one Cypher machine. Mercenary is on the rocket chair. They know that they basically need to rescue the mercenary, but it seems like Gravekeeper is going for the dungeon at this point.
Yeah, this is one of those things where it's a 4-in-1, so it's a group 4 layout, but it's a Cypher layout 1. So what that means is that there's a Cypher in the shack, a Cypher in ruins, and a Cypher by big statue. When you spawn, and we'll see Gravekeeper get out, respect for my alien, and when you see a hunter spawn by this area, group 4, it pushes all the survivors away from these 3 Cyphers that are still remaining. So it should be noted that these 3 Cyphers that are remaining are exactly where the hunter spawns, and he pushes everybody out. Allows you to decode those, but late game, very, very difficult.
Look at the decoding progress from all survivors combined together. That's just... And there was still a Cypher machine on the field that they had to pop to bring down 5 Cypher machines. That was just like... It's a great strategy from Alien to actually bring Abnormal and to, again, just prolong the game and letting these survivors taking their turns on the rocket chair until eventually they are taking off. And that's exactly what happened. Fantastic job from both teams. Vortex versus Riot. But Riot was also taking round 2, was deciding round 2 for themselves. And that means that Riot is proceeding in the brackets, is going to take part in the semifinals.
Definitely, and this is where Alien is showing that he's one of the most dangerous hunters in the game. Right now, I don't believe Alien has won a tournament in terms of like official Identity 5 tournaments, but Alien's teams have always been so close. And Alien has always been a very, very good hunter. And so that's one of the things that you have to worry about going against him. He's been practicing. It's funny how in the beginning of the season 1, 2, and 3, a lot of survivors phased off. I phased off. A lot of other survivors phased off. A lot of hunters who are top tier in that season as well have phased off. But Alien has only increased his intensity, and he's only gotten better and better and better. And we're seeing that right now. That's where Alien, and I know everybody can see today's results. We see that Potatoes moves forward, and we see that Riot also moves forward. Great job from Vortex and CVC as well. But this is where Alien is going to be very devastating because he's taken the time to study the game and also be a good hunter, right? That's the difference between him and many other hunters, is he acknowledges which hunters do I need to focus on rather than which hunter complements me. And he has made it so all of the hunters complement him, and he's taken a lot of time to really focus on that Blood Queen and Dream Witch, which are arguably the best 2 hunters in the game. And that's what traditionally has been able to win most teams all of the tournaments, especially in Chinese professional gameplay. and it's going to extend to violinist as well as bonbon, which I know he's been practicing a lot of violinists. The question is where's that bonbon at? But again, if you're at least good with 3 or 4 hunters, that's what separates you from all of the other hunters who we call specialist hunters. And Alien knew that. He spent the last 4 or 5 seasons focusing and crafting on his skill, and he's getting better and better.
And that's exactly what we are seeing right here. Alien really, really putting a lot of pressure on the survivors. And we saw that he was doing an absolutely amazing job in all of the matches that we have seen so far. And we already said it. Congratulations to Potatoes. Congratulations to Riot. We will see both of these teams on Sunday during the semifinals and maybe during the finals. We have to wait and figure out. I'm super excited to see these teams go against each other. For tomorrow, we're gonna have another quarterfinals. The teams that we are facing tomorrow is I need to check that. It would be Complex
LBM versus Complex. I know it by heart.
And the
Keep
second
going.
match would be Before You versus Goldsmith. And I'm really excited for these matches too, just as I was excited for today's matches. I'm even more excited to see the semifinals and the finals on Sunday. If you want to see these matches happening, make sure to tune in tomorrow, same time as today, as well as on Sunday. I am excited to see these matches. I hope you guys enjoyed today's tournament day. I had a lot of fun, especially with Persuable being my co-host right here. And that is it for today.
You're my
Persuable,
co-host. You're my co-host. I don't know.
Any
I
last
felt like
words you want?
I did that. I felt like that was me being assertive. That's all. You're taller than me. I don't. Whatever. Just keep going.
No. Do you have any last words that you want to tell the community? Thank you all for being here with me today, and I will give it over to my co-host, Persuable.
All I will say is that you have one choice in this life, whether you are going to be positive or negative. And for all the people who are remarkable being positive, to all of the players and contributors to this tournament, I just want you to be reminded that you have remarkable power. And the fact that you can be so positive and kind is under your own volition. And I genuinely hope that your loved ones care and love you in the amount that you deserve. Thank you very much for making this tournament so remarkable. That's the last message I have. Thank you.